you today. All right. So what we're going to be talking about, we're going to be looking at, a live session. People looking to get into data science are usually very skeptical. Okay, they're skeptical. They feel like, it's too difficult, it's too hard. You need to be a master in statistics. You need to be very good with coding and so on and so forth. Uh, in as much as yes, you need to have knowledge of all these things, you don't have to be the best person in order for you to get a job. All right. So most people have this imposter syndrome. I'm not good enough. All right. I'm from Nigeria. Okay. All right. I don't feel like my skills will be enough for me to get a job remotely. We've all been in this situation before. I have been in that situation before. When I relocated newly, all right, and I was looking for a job, I felt like okay, my experience from Nigeria was not relevant, in the country I was. I was in Ireland back then. I was in Ireland. So I felt like my experience wasn't good enough. Okay. And most people are like that also. Even getting started, you just feel like I have a lot of things to learn. I need to be very good with Python. I need to be very good, all this, misconception. And it's not bad for you to have those, thought process. And that's the reason why we're having this session today to kind of and hold you and guide you. So rather, we're just trying to tell you, don't be scared. All right. The key thing is for you to have a proper body system. All right. A proper somebody essentially that would guide you through the process of you learning and also you transitioning, you getting a job at the end of everything. So let me see the people that want to get a job as a data scientist next year. If you want to get a job as a data scientist, you want to work as a data scientist next year, put a one in the chat. Let me see the people that we are working together. If you want to become a data scientist next year, put a one in the chat. Guys, let me see. Let me see. Fantastic. I would like to be. Oh, I love this energy. I love the energy, guys. I love the energy. No doubt about that. All right. I love the energy. So yeah, so if you're looking to become a data scientist next year, okay, I'm going to unload you and guide you through the process of how to become a data engineer in 2024. Okay, so now let's jump straight into the session. Now, if you're joining for the first time, in which I know some of you are joining for the first time, we always like to introduce ourselves. We always like to introduce ourselves, Analytics. All right. So Analytics is an educational technology firm, and our goal is to get more Africans across the world into the tech space. All right. So over the course of my experience, okay, worked in Ireland, I've worked in the UK, I've worked for companies in the US, in Canada, and I'll tell you for free, getting an African from Africa in the tech space, in an organization, yes, seeing them is honestly is like a needle in a haystack. Okay, it's very difficult for you to see Africans in the tech space. Now, the key question you start to ask yourself is, why do you have less Africans in the tech space? We started asking ourselves, myself, Adeza, start asking ourselves, why do we have less Africans in the tech space? We did a lot of talking to people, why you not, and everybody feels like it's too difficult, it's too hard for them to get a job in the tech space. All right. A lot of people feel like there's a lot of discrimination because of my name, because of this, because of that. But you see, there are quite a people that have gone ahead to get jobs in the tech space. And that's what we set out to do, to say that, okay, do you know what? Let's bridge this particular gap that we have at the moment to say that why do we have less people? How can we get more people, Africans into the tech space? So if you're an African in Africa, okay, you're currently seeing Nigeria, you're Zimbabwe, you're in Kenya, it doesn't matter. All right. Or you're an African outside the country, it doesn't matter. The goal for us is to get you into the tech space. All right. So that's literally what we're setting out to do. So we have quite a number of training programs cutting across data analytics, business analysis, cyber security, data engineering. But today we are going to be looking at data science. And the whole essence of this masterclass is sort of to show you, that these things that you see out there, all right, they are not as hard as you think it is. All right. All you need is somebody to mentor, to guide you, and to provide that awareness for you. And that's what we're doing today. So providing that awareness and showing you that you can do it. If I can do it, trust me, if I can do it, you can also do it. And I'll tell you the reason why I'm saying if I can do it, you can do it. All right. That will lead me to talk about myself. Who is this person speaking with you today? All right. My name is Ifemena Ipro, and I am the co-founder of Analytics. Okay. I have over close to a decade experience working across different roles within the tech space. But now, guess what? I did not start my experience in the tech space. My first job was as a management consultant. Okay. So I was working as a management consultant, just normal consulting in Lagos, Nigeria. Okay. And, I made that decision to say, okay, do you know what? Let me even transition. And, I say this at every event. If I wasn't in tech at the moment, I don't know what I'll be doing. Honestly speaking, I don't know what I'll be doing. I don't even know what role I would be in at the moment. Okay. So the tech space, entering into it, I would say that I've been very, very ambitious, going from one role to the other. I just wanted to learn as much as possible. So I've worked as a data analyst, I've worked as a BI engineer, I've worked as a BI analyst. BI stands for business intelligence. I've worked as a data scientist, I've worked as a data engineer, I've worked as Power Platform developer. My experience has cut across quite a number of data centric roles. All right. So currently, I work as a data science contractor here in the UK and also for businesses in the US. Okay. So that's my experience. That's what I do at the moment. Prior to that, I used to work as the business data support lead with the post office in the UK. Prior to that, work as a global business systems analyst. I see my experience. You can check me out on LinkedIn. You can check me out on Instagram. You can check me out on all the social media platforms. You see my profile out there. All right. So, but the key thing I would like to drive to is I did not start. I never learned this in school. I studied economics in university. Okay, so you studied economics or you studied that Greek, we're all in the same boat. Okay, there was nothing computer related in my degree. All right. So, I studied economics and decided to get a job, management consulting, and after that, transition into the tech space. So, if you're looking to transition, trust me, I would hold you and guide you through the process of how to get started. And the popular saying in Nigeria, follow who know road, okay, which is follow the person that knows the way, okay? So if you're going to a particular destination, you'll rather go with somebody that has been there before rather than you trying to figure it out yourself. All right. And that's exactly what we are doing. Okay. We have gone through the hustle of, trying to navigate and get a job in the tech space. You don't need to spend years trying to navigate. Okay. And that's the reason why we're here to unhold you and guide you through the process of how to get a job, get into the tech space. All right. Thank you very much, guys. And, what are we going to be talking about today? Okay. We are going to be talking about 5 things. We're going to be doing 5 things today. First is going to be a live Python coding exercise, and we're going to be using Google Colab. All right. We are going to be using Google Colab. So the first one is a live coding exercise. Next thing is the pathway to becoming a data scientist and securing a job. The pathway to becoming a data scientist and securing a job. Next, remote full-time and tech relocation opportunity. Now, a lot of people don't believe that remote jobs exist. Can I be in Nigeria and get a job in the US? Hmm. Is it possible? Are people fluffing when they say that? Okay. All right. If you tell somebody, oh, yes, I work for a company in the US, do you believe them? Oh, I earn 2,500, I earn 3,000, I earn 35, I earn $4,000 per month. But I work in Nigeria for a company in the US. Do you think it's possible? Anyways, I'm going to show you some roles that it definitely exist that you could actually latch into if you were a data scientist. All right. Also, we talk about the 10 Analytics Growth Internship Program, which is one of the reasons why we have a lot of people that have transitioned into the tech space. Okay. And last but not the least, our special offer. We have a special offer for you. So, you're taking out time on the Friday, okay, while everybody is trying to have a good time, relax, unwind. You're here to listen to Ifemena. I'll tell you guys for free, you guys are the MVP. You guys are the VIP. You are the most important people. All right. So, thank you very much. Let me appreciate you. A round of applause. All the guys on my team, a round of applause to everybody on the call. Today's Friday, guys. But you guys want to learn on how to become a data engineer. So I really appreciate you taking out time to listen to us today. So we have a special offer if you wait to the end of the session. I will try my best to keep it within 2 hours, okay? So that we're just done. Start, finish, 2 hours maximum, nonetheless, okay? So thank you very much for staying behind, waiting. And at the end of the session, you get to hear about a special offer. You will also get the recording. Once you stay to the end, you get the recording of the session and all the things you need, all your questions, everything will be answered at the end of the session. All right. Now, moving on to the main thing, okay? All right. moving on to the masterclass. The masterclass is going to be a practical live session, okay, showing you real time how data science can be applied, okay, to a restaurant business, to a restaurant. So if you work in a restaurant or if you're hired, with a restaurant chain, all right. So take for example, you get a job with, let's say, Wagamama in the UK, or you get a job with what big restaurant do we have in Nigeria at the moment? Uh, I don't know, Chowdeck. Okay, let's say Chowdeck. Chowdeck is like the popping app now for you to, to get food or any other food just eats or any other food alien service, a restaurant, whatever. We're going to be looking at a typical restaurant. How would a data scientist work? How would a data scientist be able to analyze this data to make informed decision? So that's the role of a data scientist. All right, and we're going to be looking at that today. But now, before we go into the practical session, okay, you've heard it from me, all right, that, oh, I was able to transition. Well, a lot of people will still be skeptical to say that, oh, if you mean you just they talk your own, you're just talking your own. Do you understand? It's hard out there. It's hard. It's hard. It's difficult to get a job. Well, like I said, it always seems impossible until it is done. Now, I'll just share one story with you before we start the masterclass, just to show you that it is possible. These people did it, you can also do it. Now, I have two testimonials here. I'm not going to show you the two of them. You'll get the slides so you can watch them at your own time and all that. So, but you see, Toyin got a job after completing the training program, and she currently works as a benefit analyst with the NHS in the UK. Full sponsorship. Okay, so you're in the UK, you're looking for sponsorship, you want to get a job. Tech is one of the best place, all right, for you to get, sponsorship. It's not just care that will keep you sponsorship. You can actually learn a skill, get a job, high-paying job, all right, and you can actually get what you're looking for. So you got a job as a benefit analyst, NHS in the UK, all right. Also, the same thing with Uluwatu saying, got a job after completing the training program as a fraud analyst in the UK. So you see, and we still have a ton of testimonials. So if you're in the US, trust me, we have testimonials for you. If you're in Canada, if you're in Nigeria, okay, anywhere across the world, we have enough testimonials, and I'll show you. All right, or just before we start the mentorship session, just to open your mind that these things are possible. So let me play Tony's Zone, and maybe later I will play other testimonials for you. All right. All right. Just give me a second. I'm going to play this.
Hello everyone, my name is Joey.
Jedediah, just confirm if you can hear. Jedediah, can you hear the audio?
And I recently got a job as a benefits
No,
analyst
it's
in
me,
the
sir.
UK. I've come
Okay, it's
from a
coming up.
medical
Baba.
background as a pharmacist who is
Okay.
interested. Hello everyone, my name is Joey, and I recently got a job as a benefits analyst in the UK. I've come from a medical background as a pharmacist who is interested in, breaking into tech. My first encounter with analytics was on LinkedIn. I joined one of their masterclass, just one masterclass where Efemina spoke, and it just took that masterclass to convince me. I joined in August, and a month after, I got a job. To be honest with you, every information skill that I was able to apply to get that job, I owe it to Tenalytics. Tenalytics did a great job and is still doing a great job. They groom you and nurture you from the cradle till you become confident. So my advice for you, most importantly, is join. Be integrated into a platform that empowers you and allows you to easily get that first job.
All right. So you can see it's not me saying it this time around. This is somebody joining the program for a month, 1 month. I got a full sponsorship job with the NHS, working as a benefit analyst, coming from the medical background, no tech experience. So people will tell you that it's difficult. Okay, at least don't listen to those people. Let me teach you to listen to them. Don't listen to those people. All right, it always seems impossible. All right, until it is done. All right, I'll still play. We have a ton of testimonials that you get to hear from. All right, Oluwatosin also works as a fraud analyst. All right, I'll play that later. Don't worry, we have 2 hours. I want to be sure to keep it within 2 hours. Don't worry, I'll still play Oluwatosin's video. Don't worry, I'll still play it. All right, but I just want you to tell you that these things are possible to get this job. All right. So now let's jump straight into the masterclass. Okay, practical session. So we're going to be working with Google Colab. Okay, Google Colab is what we call an IDE. Okay, it's an IDE. So for people that are just getting started, I would explain it to you. All right. So Google Colab is what we call an IDE. What am I writing? Okay. So it's called integrated, okay, development, okay, environment. I'll just put it as environment, okay. Sorry, eraser. Sorry, just give me a second. Just keep it as this. All right, so integrated development environment, okay? The I for integrated, the D for development, the E for environment. So now, a lot of people that are just getting started will be saying that, what is this complex English if Femena is talking about? Integrated development environment. What does that mean? All right, what does that mean? Very simple, okay? If you want to create a PowerPoint presentation, you want to create a slide, just like the slide you're seeing right now. Okay, you want to create a slide presentation. Do you create a slide presentation using Microsoft Word? Let me ask you that question. No. Would you use Microsoft Excel to create a slide presentation? You wouldn't use Excel. Would you use any other application, Corel Draw, to do a slide presentation? You can't use it. It's not possible. All right. If you want to do spreadsheet calculation, you want to do spreadsheet, you want to do budgeting, okay? Would you carry that? Would you do it in Microsoft Word? You can't. It doesn't understand formulas. All right. Would you do the same formulas and calculation in PowerPoint? You can't. All right. So you see, every application is an environment that is built to perform certain activity. Okay. So PowerPoint is designed as an environment that allows you to build PowerPoint presentation. Okay. Excel is another platform, is another environment that allows you to do what? Spreadsheet calculation, to do your budgeting and so on and so forth. Word is for you to write your articles, documents, and all that. Okay, so you see, every application is built is an environment that allows you to perform certain operation. Now, if you take an Excel formula, you copy it and you carry it to Microsoft Word. Microsoft Word will just be looking at you like, what are you writing? It will just take it as a regular text. It doesn't understand that formula. But if you take that same formula in Excel and you write it in Excel, okay, it knows exactly what you're looking for and it will give you the answer to the formula. All right. So it's very simple. It's just an environment that allows you to perform certain operations. Now, Google Colab is an environment that understands Python when you write Python code. Okay. All right. When you write your Python code, it understands Python codes and it's able to give you the answer to your Python code. All right. It's as simple as that. So we're going to be dealing with Python. Okay. So we need an environment that when we write Python codes, it's going to understand and it's going to give us the result of what we are writing. Okay. It's as simple as that. So when you see big English like this, integrated development environment, it's as simple as just an environment where you can write your Python code and it will understand. Now, there are so many IDEs out there, okay? There are so many IDEs out there. Google Colab is just one of them, okay? You have the likes of PyCharm, okay? You have PyCharm, you have VS Code, all right? You have Jupyter Notebook, all right? Jupyter Notebook, and you have so many other ones out there. There are so plenty. Do you understand? But the one we're going to be using today is Google Colab. The reason why I like Google Colab is it's online. You don't have to download anything. It's easier for you to get access to. Okay. All right. So that's the whole essence. Just to confirm, guys, can you guys hear me well? I'm seeing people saying I have audio issue. Can you guys hear me well, please? Just give me okay, yes, okay. All right. Let's jump straight into it. So I'm just gonna open my browser. Open any browser of your choice, guys. Any browser. You don't need to follow me along. You don't need to go alongside with me, okay, for this session today. You don't need to follow me, okay? All I need you to do is just listen. We only have 2 hours to be on session today. All right. So all I need you to do is just sit back and listen. You're a VIP. Don't lift anything. Don't lift up anything. Don't try to replicate what I'm trying to do. Just listen. Okay. And I'll walk you through every single thing we are doing today. All right. I would explain everything. So open your browser, okay, and type Google Colab, okay, Google Colab. So once you search for Google Colab, you'll see it here. Welcome to Collaboratory. All right. So this is what you're looking for. All right. It's free of charge. So you don't need to, you're not downloading anything. It's absolutely free. The only thing you need is a Gmail account. Okay. All right. The only thing you need is a Gmail account because it's Google Colab. The only thing you need is a Gmail account. All right. So once you click on it, it's going to take you to this particular page. I'm just going to click on new notebook. New notebook is what I need. So I'll click on new notebook. All right. I'm just going to move these messages up here so I can read it while I'm working. All right. So this is the new notebook. Okay. That's my screen. I can see my screen. All right. Edition, please just confirm if you can see my screen. Edition, Jedediah,
Yes,
just confirm.
yes. Your screen
All
is
right.
clear.
All right, fine.
Yes, your
Thank you
screen is
very much.
visible.
All right, thank you. All right, I'm just going to zoom in a bit so you can see my screen very well. Okay, so this is Jupyter Note. This is Google Colab. Apologies. This is Google Colab. So like I said, Google Colab is an IDE, integrated development environment, that allows you to do what? Write Python codes and it will understand what you're writing. That's as simple as I can make it. All right. So if you take the same Python code and you write it in Excel, Excel does not understand Python. All right. If you take that same Python code and you write it in PowerPoint, it doesn't understand. All right. But if I write that same Python code in this environment, okay, it will understand and it will give me the result of what I am writing. That's a simple way to explain it. Okay. All right. So now let's start. Okay. So we're going to be dealing. Okay. Let me just rename this. Let me rename this. I'll rename this as I would say masterclass. Let's say full stack data science masterclass. You can name it anything you want. I'm just going to give this masterclass, December masterclass. Okay, December masterclass, December 23 masterclass. Okay, that's what I want to name mine. You can name yours whatever you want to name it. Okay. So I'm going to start first. We're going to be looking at a particular data set. Like I said, is a restaurant data set. Restaurants. Okay. So, and you'll see how data science can be applied to, a restaurant business. And we're going to be getting some insight. And I want you guys to be very interactive in the sense that I want you guys to ask questions because the whole role of your role as a data scientist is you are answering questions. You are bringing in insight. You are bringing out insight from the data. All right. You're bringing out insight, things that other people cannot see. You will see them. And how do you do this? By asking questions. So I want you guys to ask questions. I'm happy when you guys will ask questions. Okay. All right. So let's jump straight into it. I'm going to start for the same for this first thing. The first thing we're going to do is import libraries. Okay. All right. The first thing I'm going to do here, I'm going to just write here. Okay. And I'm going to say import. The first thing I'm going to do is import libraries. Okay. That's number one. Let me just put that as step one. So, all right. Step one, import libraries. Make it smaller a bit. All right. So import libraries is the first thing I want to do. Okay. Now, what are libraries? Very sure you guys will be looking like this guy started. What is the meaning of these libraries he's talking about? I would explain it again. All right. Libraries in Python. Okay. If you look at Python, okay, a web developer can use Python to build a website. It's still the same Python, the Python that we're learning today. All right. A web developer will take the same Python and use it to do what? Build a website. All right. A data analyst, a data scientist will use it to do visualization. We're going to do some visualization today. All right. Also, you can use it to do machine learning. Okay. As a data scientist, you should be able to build machine learning models and so on and deploy it and all that. All right. there are libraries that allow you to do this. Okay. So the web developer, they have their own libraries, okay, that will allow them to build websites. All right. We data scientists, we have our own libraries that would allow us to analyze data, visualize data, okay, and apply machine learning and so on and so forth. So those are libraries. Okay. So now the first one we're going to work with is I'm going to say import pandas. Pandas as PD. So now pandas is a library that is used for, okay, is used for data preprocessing. It's used for data preprocessing. All right. And the second one we're going to work with is Seaborn. Okay. And I'll say as SNS. Okay. And I'll explain that in a second. Used, this one is used for data visualization. For data visualization. Okay. All right. Now, you'll be asking, the name of the library is Pandas. The name of the library is Seaborn. But you see, I have as PD and I have what? As SNS. Now, this is what we call alias. So my name is Efemena, but you can call me EF for short. Okay, so anywhere you see me, you can just call me EF. Don't call me my full name, Efemena. Efemena is too long. Call me EF for short. That's exactly what we are doing. So my name is Ayodele. You can call me AY for short. Instead of saying Ayodele, I've shrunk it to AY. That's exactly what I'm doing. So rather than me saying pandas, okay, I have said call me PD for short. Instead of writing Seaborn in full, call me SNS for short. That's exactly what I'm doing. So I don't need to be typing pandas in full. I don't need to be typing SNS, Seaborn for long, the long text. I could just write SNS. So yeah, somebody's calling me EF already. You get me both. Okay. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing. That's the whole essence of you having that A as TB as SNS. So it's alias. So my name is Ifemena alias EF. Okay. So just call me EF for short. All right. So that's exactly what that is. Then the next thing is we're going to be bringing in the data sets. All right. So the data set we're going to work with. All right. We're going to be loading the data sets. All right. The data set we're going to work with today. Okay. So I'm going to say data equals to SNS, which is Seaborn, dot load data, load underscore data sets. Okay. And I'll put in here tips. Okay. Boom. So once I load this has loaded now. This is me loading the data set. So SNS, Seaborn as a library, yeah? Seaborn as a library. So let me just copy Seaborn and I will show you exactly what it is. So Seaborn, you see, statistical data visualization. Okay, statistical data visualization. So it allows you to visualize data, in which that's what we are going to be doing today. All right, that's what we're going to be looking at today. All right. Now, they have, in order for you to practice better, in order for you to be good as a data scientist, in order for you to be able to use Seaborn very well, they have the library itself comes with data, follow com data. Let me just put it that way. All right, follow com data sets. Okay, so Seaborn as a library, they are saying that okay, in order for you to practice better, in order for you to know better, we have attached some data sets to the library for you to use. So if I say Seaborn data sets, okay, all right, you'll see, all right, there are quite a number of data. Okay, you see it here. These are all the data available inside Seaborn that you can use to practice, not for any other thing, just for you to practice. So we are practicing today. So I want to use that data set. You see, this is it here. This is tips. See it here, tips, CSV, tips. All right. So this is the data set that we are going to be working with today. So the library itself has data sets. It comes with data sets. And that's the data set that we are going to be using to practice today. So they've put the data there for us to practice, and we're going to use it to practice. Okay. So let's take a look at the data set. Let's take a look at the data set to understand it better. Let's take a look at it. All right. So, so what we're going to do now, the first thing I'm going to do is view the top 5 rows. I like to give out things, financial and benefits to people that answer question in class. Now, in order for me to view the top 5 rows, let me see who knows a little bit of Python here. Okay. In order for you to get the top 5 rows of your data set, what would you write? Let me see. In order for you to get the top 5 rows, dot ed, fantastic. Okay, that's good. So I'm taking down your name, Olalade. So I would say data dot ed. Okay, all right, data dot ed will give me the top 5 rows in the data set. So if I run this now, it gives me exactly, see it here. Okay, so now this is the data set. It gives me the top 5 rows. So you see 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So when you count it, it gives you 5 rows in total. It gives you 5 rows in total. All right. So you have total bill, you have tip, you have sex, which is gender. We have smoker, day, time, and size. And let me explain this to you. Now, this is one customer. This is another customer. This is another customer. This is another customer. This is another customer. So these are all customers, okay? So looking at this particular customer, let's take a look at one customer now. This customer came into our restaurant, okay? This customer came into the restaurant, okay? All right. The total bill that was charged to this customer was 16.99. That's the total bill. After they have eaten, they give you a receipt to say that, oh, this is your bill. The total bill was 16.99. 16.99. The tip, basically, when you finish, if you're in the UK, you're in Canada, US, anywhere, even in Nigeria itself, Nigeria, they don't ask you for tip. They just tell you questions like, Baba, anything for the boys. Do you understand? Do you get all right? So in outside the country, they don't do that. They don't say anything for the boys. All right. They don't say anything for the guys. Anything for the weekend. They don't say all that. So what they do most times is before you pay, they ask you if you want to tip. All right. So you see, the total bill was 16.99 for this customer. All right. The person tipped $1. Okay. The person tipped $1, 1.1. All right. 1.1. That was the tip. Sex, this customer was a female customer. Okay. Smoker, the person is not a smoker. Okay. She's not a smoker. Day of the week was a Sunday. So this person came in on a Sunday to come and eat dinner. That's what it is. The time of day was a dinner they came to eat. And the size of people that came, so there were 2 people. All right. So there were 2 people that ate. So 2 people ate dinner on a Sunday. No, not smokers, female customer, tipped $1, and the total bill was $16, $16.99. All right. Another customer, let's take a look at this one. This one paid $10, $10.34, tipped 1.66. Okay. Sex, this one was a male customer, non-smoker, came in on a Sunday, had dinner with 3 people. All right. So there are 3 people that came in to eat dinner on a Sunday, not a smoker, male customer, tipped 1.66, and the total bill was 10.34. So basically, the data set is on customers that come to our restaurant, okay? That came to our restaurant, okay? Now, the key question now for you as a data scientist working in this organization, working in this restaurant business, okay? Now you've seen that. What is the key thing that you would like to find out? Let me see. What from looking at the data set, what would you like to find out? Let me ask you. Now you have total bill, you have tip, you have the sex, you have the smoke, all right? You have the if the person is a smoker or not, the day of the week, the time, and the size. Okay? All right. What would you like to find out? Looking at the data set. Mickey, you are doing well. I would say that. How many mail came in on Sunday? Fantastic. All right, that's good. Sales per day, beautiful. How many sales per demographic? We do. Okay, yes, we have sex. We have. I think that's the only major. But yeah, we could also do that. No doubt about that. So I want you guys to ask questions like, what was the total bill? The male customers pay more than female customers. You know, we are entering into those, into those terrains already. All right. Do male customers tip more than female customers? Do female customers tip more than male customers? We want to understand, and let me tell you something. There's a particular saying in data, okay? They say, torture the data, torture. They didn't say play with the data. Torture the data, and the data will speak to you. All right. So, in order for us to know all this information, I love the questions I'm seeing. The average tip value, gender likely to tip higher. Fantastic, Victoria. Precious is saying, let me see, Precious said something that was very good. Who pays more? Yes, thank you. Tip can be more satisfaction, tip per day. Very wonderful questions. Very, very wonderful questions, I would say. So you see, that would now lead us to, I'm not going to do too much. I'm just going to go straight into what we call, all right, there's something they call, okay, exploratory, okay, data analysis, exploratory data analysis. So that's a common thing that people say, exploratory data analysis, explore. So like I said, that saying is torture the data and the data will speak to you. All right. So how do you torture this data? You torture it through exploration. You explore the data. You explore you ask as much questions as possible. All right. You throw so many questions, so many assumptions, and you try to answer it using the data. That's the torturing we're talking about. Now, when you're talking about exploratory data analysis, number one, you need to do what we call univariate. Somebody will say, if I started with all this big English, okay? Don't worry, I would explain. Like I said, I would explain everything to you. Number two, bivariate, okay? And this is will start making sense to some people already. Bivariate, okay? All right. Number three, multivariate, multi. All right. Some people say multi. I don't know which one is correct, but the way they taught me in primary school was multi. All right. Multivariate analysis. Okay. All right. So this is univariate, bivariate, and multivariate analysis. So you see, when you're doing your exploration, when you're doing exploratory data analysis, univariate analysis, let me explain that briefly. Okay. All right. Because I'm still going to build more on it. Okay. So I'm not going to waste too much time. This is one column. Okay. Or what we call feature. Okay. Feature. Okay. All right. So for bivariate, it is what? Two columns, okay, or what we call features. So, when you're working with data scientists, you hear feature engineering, features of the data set. What are the features of the data? Features basically means column, okay? That's the best way I can explain it to you. Features, you see this feature, all right? So when they say features, it means total B, that's a feature of the data set. Tip is another feature of the data set. Sex is another feature of the data set. Size is another feature of the data set. So column, and that's why I say column or feature. Okay, so that's what it means. Okay, now number three, multivariate, three or more, because it is multi, three or more columns, okay, or what we call features. Okay, or what we call features. So you see, exploratory data analysis, univariate analysis, it means that you're only looking at one feature at a time. So you're looking at total bill at a time. Let me put it there. Okay? At a time for beginners so that they understand better. Okay? At a time. Okay? Three or more features at a time. I'm just making it simple as straightforward as possible. So when you're looking at univariate analysis, you're basically looking at one feature. Bivariate, you're looking at two features at the same time. Okay, total bill and tip at the same time. All right, multivariate, you're now looking at three, total bill, tip, and sex, three columns together. That's what you call multivariate analysis. You're combining three columns and you're trying to analyze it. So that's what we're going to be doing. Okay, that is exactly what we are going to be doing. But now, before we jump into exploratory data analysis, there's something else you need to understand, which is visualization. Now, I see a lot of people jumping straight to visualization, but you need to understand something. And I'll explain everything. All right? I will explain it to you. Visualization is the soul of data. Okay, it's the soul, is what really allows you to see. It allows you to see things, patterns that are there, that are not there. It allows you to see. Visualization is very important. I love visualization. All right. And I want to tell you something. You don't use you use the way you use visualizations, they are very important. It's very, very important. All right. It is very, the way you visualize your data is very important. Now, let me start with categorical data. Categorical data. Okay. So categorical data, looking at our data sets, you see it here. Sex is a categorical data. Sex is a categorical data. It is a category, means that it is a group. Is either you're male or female. Is either you're a male customer or a female, either a male or a female customer. That's sex. So it's a category. Is that all the male customers come here, all the male customers will go there. All the female customers come here, all the female customers will move to that side. So you see, it's a category. Now, for categorical data, you use the visualizations that you would use. They are like what we call the pie chart. All right. Now you understand. You use pie chart, you use your bar chart, okay? You use your column chart, okay? All right. And I'll just put etc. Those are like the major common ones that we get to use. Pie chart, bar chart, column chart, and so on. Those are the common ones for categorical data. Okay. So if you see a pie chart, you just see two categories, male and female. You have more male than female customers. You see it, okay, based on the pie chart. But now, for numerical data, on the other hand, numerical, numerical data, you cannot use pie charts like total bill. Total bill is a numerical data. Okay? Total bill is numerical data. So it's numbers. That's what it means. It's numbers. 16.99, 10.34, 21.01, 23.68. These are numbers. They are not categories. Okay? All right. So for numerical data, the way you visualize it also is also different. Okay? So what you do for numerical data, somebody said Instagram. Fantastic. I love that. So yes, Instagram is one of them. Instagram is one of them. You also have box plots, okay, and you have scatter plots, okay. So those are like the major ones, common ones. So I'll just leave it as that, okay, and close the bracket, okay. So the way you visualize your data is very important. Categorical data, you use pie chart, bar chart, column chart. So categorical data. Now let me ask you. Now let me ask a very good question. You see, day of the week, day, is it categorical or numerical? Let me ask you guys. Let me see the people that are following me. Is day categorical data or numerical? Oh, Abba Ali. Yes, it is. It's categorical. Fantastic. All right. What about time? Let me see time. Let me see time. Time. Is it categorical or numerical? Time. Is it categorical or numerical? Okay. So instead numerical, I'm sure. Time that you have here, you see the time here? Time, time. Looking at it's categorical. It's categorical. Is it that you're having dinner or you're having lunch or you're having breakfast? So time, not time as time, not like time. What's the time at the moment? Time in the data is what I'm talking about. Okay. All right. Time in the data is categorical. So you see it here, dinner. Okay. It is either dinner, you came for dinner, or you came to eat breakfast, or you came to eat lunch, or so on and so forth. So it's categorical. It's not numerical. All right. Not the time that we are dealing with, not actual time. Okay. Now moving on. Okay. Let's start with the first one, univariate analysis. All right. And you see that all these things that people talk about, they are not as difficult as you think it is. I said, univariate analysis is basically looking at one feature, which is one column. You're just like looking at one column and you're trying to figure out one column. Okay? You're trying to understand one column at a time. Now, the first one I'm going to look at, okay? First one I'm going to be looking at is somebody asked a very good question. Sex, gender. Do we have more male customers than female customers? So that's the key question I want to ask. The key question I want to ask is how many customers, okay? All right, or let's say total customers by gender. Total customers, okay, by gender. Okay, that's what we're looking at. So you're only looking at one column. You're just trying to count how many male and how many female. It's as simple as that. You want to know how many male customers do you have and how many female customers do you have. So you can now clearly see that, okay, we have more male than female customers, or we have more female than male customers. So we're only looking at one column. Bear in mind, we are just looking at one column, which is uni. The key word is uni, which is one, by, two, multi, three or more. All right. So uni means one. So we're only looking at one column, which is six. Okay. So now let's visualize. Let's see. Let's see what it is. So I'm going to say SNS, which is my visualization. I want to visualize it. Okay. I want to visualize it to show you how many male and female customers we have. Okay. So I'm going to say SNS count plot. So this will allow me to count. Okay. Which will allow me to count and visualize. Okay. So I'm going to say X equals to data square brackets, and I'll put sex in there. Okay. And I'm going to put sex in there. Okay. And I'm going to run this. And you see, it's very big. First of all, it's too big. All right. Just because of the class, I'll resize it so that it will fit. It will be smaller for us to see together. All right. So I'll say PLT dot. Okay. So I need to bring in PLT. Okay. So let me just bring in that because I need it. It's also for data visualization. So that's matplotlib. Okay. Matplotlib as PLT. Okay, so ELT. So this is also for data visualization. Okay, because I want to resize it, I'm bringing in matplotlib for visualization. So PLT, which is matplotlib, figure size, figure, okay, figure, open brackets, and I'll say the fig size. I want to resize it. Okay, fig size equals to, I'll say 3 by 3 for now. That's how 3 by 3 looks like. That's the size of it. Okay, fig size. Sorry, plt dot figure, open bracket, fig size. Okay, sorry, give me a second. The module is not callable. What should mean by that? Okay. All right, we'll just see. Make sure we're on the same page. Just say 3 by 3. Let's see. Matplotlib dot pyplot. Okay, and just add x dot pyplot. Okay, and let's see that. All right, so that works perfectly. I'll just put this to clear out that. All right, so this is it now. Let me use 5 by 3 to make it slightly bigger so we can see it perfectly. Yes, so this is better. So now looking at this, what we have done now, what we have just done is to look at it to say this column, which is sex, okay, we want to know the total number of customers, all right, male or female customers. Which one do we have more? Total customers by sex. So we want to see, do we have more male than female? Now, looking at this visualization, do we have more male customers than female customers? We have more male. Somebody's saying that already. We have more male customers than female customers. All right, clearly we can see that. Now, this is just looking at just one column, just one column. Now, the next column, let's take a look at another column, which is, let's take a look at dinner. Let's take a look at time. Okay, what time of what meal do people come to eat the most? This is just one column, bear in mind. What time during the day do people come to eat? Do people come to eat more for dinner, lunch, or breakfast? All right, let's see. Let's try it out. I'll just copy this. Okay, I'll copy it. All right, so that we don't waste time typing, and typing. I'll paste it here. And the only thing I'm going to change is sex to time. That's all I'll change. And I'll run this again. And let's see. You see, now we have more people coming in to eat dinner. Some people, everybody's correct. Some people have guessed they're all correct. Okay, so we have more people coming in to eat dinner, okay, and we have more meal customers, okay. So you see, we're only looking at one column at a time, and you see, we're already getting some insights already. We're already getting some insights to the data set. So we can tell management that, oh, based on the data that we have more male customers coming in than female customers, and in terms of the time of the day they come in, we have more people coming in, in the evening, all right, for to eat dinner, to have their dinner. All right. So we can even go forward to even look at smokers. Let's take a look at smokers. All right. These are all categorical data. So we've dealt with sex, which is the categorical data. We've dealt with time, which is also another categorical data, which is dinner or lunch. Okay. Now let's take a look at which other one. Let's take a look at day. What day of the week do people come to eat? Do more people come on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or what day of the week do people come? All right. Let's change. Let's take a look at that. Okay. So I'll copy this again. So this one will be by time. Okay. So I'll copy this and I would use this again, and I'll change this to what? Day, correct? So we're looking at day this time around. We're looking at day, okay? So one column at a time. So I'm going to change this to day, all right? And I'll do something interesting. I don't want a column chart. I want a bar chart this time around. So you see, by me changing this X to Y, it will change to a bar chart. Okay, it will change to a bar chart. Is that not interesting? Just by changing things, just small things. Okay, all right. So now you can clearly see now that we have more people coming in on a Saturday. Okay, you can see more people are coming in on the Saturday. Even on the weekend, that's where you get the most traffic. Okay, most times on the weekends, that's when you get the most traffic. Okay, you have less people coming in on the Friday. That should somewhat become, that's something interesting for most people. Friday should be that day of the week that people want to even have fun, go out. It's at the end of the week. Let's have fun. Let's go out to eat and all that. So, but you have less traffic on the Friday. You need to figure out that, why are you having that? Is business. Do you understand? All right, but you have more people coming in on the weekend, Saturday and on Sunday. All right, while Thursday is slightly higher than the rest of the week. Okay, so you see, all right, so you see, that's exactly what we're talking about. You see, and we're already getting some insights. So these are the kind of insights that we talk about. Okay, but guess what? We've only done univariate analysis, which is one column. So we have looked at gender, and we've seen that we have more male customers than female customers. That's the first one. The second one we did was time. What time of the day do people come to eat the most? We saw that we have more people coming in for dinner than for lunch. The next one again, what are we looking at? We're looking at the day of the week. What day of the week do people come to eat? Okay, we see the weekend, Saturday being the highest, and Sunday being the second. All right, and you can see most people are coming in as the what do you call it? Most times, most people are coming in on the weekend. Essentially, that's what it means. Well, you see, now get you also know that what we have been dealing with so far, they've been categorical data. We've only been looking at categorical data: sex, day, and time. Sex, day, and time. Now, let's take a look at numerical data, which is total view. How do you visualize total view? That's the key question. And you can see here, numerical data, you use histogram, box plot, scatter plot to visualize numerical data. Okay, so let's visualize one numerical. Okay, let's visualize numerical. So let's say numerical data. Okay, so for numerical data, okay, I'll be using either a box plot or a histogram. Anyone, I would use histogram. Okay, so I'll say SNS dot hist plot, which is histogram. X equals to data, square brackets, and I'll put in total bill in there. Okay, total bill. Okay, and I'll run it. It's going to be big. So let me just use the same size I used before. I'll just copy the size I used before and bring the size in here. Okay, so the figure size of this is a bit too big. So that's why I'm resizing it. Okay, so I'll run this and see now. This is our visualization. So for this visualization, it is telling me that majority of the people that come in, okay, majority of the people that come to buy, sell, or the total based on the people that buy food, or based on the people that that come to pay money in the industry, in the restaurant. I mean, give me a second. I'm trying to get a pen so I can write. Okay. All right. So looking at this now, looking at what we have here, you see that the concentration is between 10 to 20. Okay. You see there's a concentration. You see this part here, this thing we have here. All right. You see there's a concentration between all the people that pay money. It is concentrated between $10 to $20. All right. That's where the concentration. That's what most people will pay. Most people will pay between $10 to $20. All right. Now, in statistics, and this is where statistics is very important, there's something we call the normal distribution. Okay, normal distribution. All right. This normal distribution, it means that everything is the mean is equals to median. Okay, is equals to mode. Okay, it means that they're all the same thing. All right, the mean, the average, which mean means average. Okay, all right. Mean means average. So mean equals to median, which is your middle number, and the median is equals to the mode. So everything they are the same thing. So it's basically what we call a normal distribution. Normal distribution. Okay. One thing that you need to know when you say normal distribution, it means no outlier. You don't have any outlier. Okay, no outlier. So I'm introducing some small statistics. Okay, and it's interesting because from this now, when you look at this, when I draw that thing, when I draw it, it's going to look like, let me clean it so you understand it better. Okay, let me clean the one I have here. Okay, so you'll see better. Okay, so if I draw that line, the way I drew this, okay, I want to draw it. You see, it looks like this. It looks like this. So you see, this thing I used to is supposed to be in the middle, correct? It's supposed to be normal. A normal distribution should look like this. Okay, but this one has shifted to the left. Okay, it has shifted to the left. What is Susegbe? Sorry for my Yoruba. All right, it has moved to the left. It's singing to the left, to the right, to the front, to the back. Something has happened. All right, the data has shifted to the left. Why? It has gone to the left. Okay, now it's showing you that there's that concentration, okay, to the left of your data. Your most people are paying money between $10 to $20. All right, it has shifted to the left. So when you see a curve like this, when you see a visualization like this, all right, when you see it looking like this, the way it looks like at the moment, it means you have outliers to the right of your data. It means you have outliers. Okay, so when you see this thing that has moved to the left, okay, or it moves to the right, depending. So looking at this now, this is what we call a right skew. Right skew. Okay, all right. This is what we call a right skew. So this is not technical. This is just looking at people's pay, what people are paying for food. All right, you have turned it into statistics. You see how juicy this thing looks like. All right, what bare people cannot understand. You are looking at numbers, you're drawing visualizations, and you're turning it into sense. Do you understand? You're turning it into, and that's why I love data. Honestly, I think I'm obsessed. I won't lie to you. Now, looking at this, let's go back to the numbers. Don't let me, all right, deviate too much. Looking at the numbers, total bill is what we visualized based on the histogram. Okay. Now you saw that you have most people paying between $10 to $20. Okay, all right. So this is what you have an outlier. So it means that some people come in and spend frivolously. People spend big money. All right. Some people can come in and spend like $50. All right. Whereas the average spend is maybe like around is between $10 to $20. The average spend is maybe between $10 to $20. Well, some people will come in and spend like 50, because the highest we have here is just about 50 something. All right. Okay. So that's exactly what we are talking about. Okay. So this is what we call a right skew. But like I said, We're just getting started. So don't let me give you too much information for a start. Some people are, but if you're enjoying yourself, let me see. Put a one in the chat. Let's see. If you're enjoying yourself, if you're learning something different, so learning something new today, put a one in the chat. Let's see. Let me see the people. Fantabulous, fantabulous. Ah, you guys are the real MVP. I would like to. You guys are awesome. All right. So let's take a look at that's total bill. So we can see now from this that we have some outliers. Now, let me show you using the box plot. Let me show you why I love visualization and why you need to understand visualization. Now, I will show this is histogram here. I'll copy this and I'll show you using a box plot. Let me show you using a box plot. All right. So I'll just change this. Okay. I'll just change this to box plot instead of histogram. I'm still looking at total bill, but I'll show you in box plots so you understand it better. Voila. This is still the total bill, the same total bill that we looked at. This is total bill. And I can see that based on that visualization I told you, I said that there's outliers to the right, correct? I'm looking at it in box plots. I can now see categorically that I have outliers. You see all this dot, 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 dot. Let me explain box plots to you. See, I love data, and data is like the new oracle. Data scientists are like the new oracle. Before when the business is not doing well, you go and meet one Baba, go and meet one Iya, you go and meet all the spiritual leaders, all right? And they do things and they say that this is why your business is not performing well. Do you understand? This time around, it is data science that will tell you what is not going on in your business. And let me explain to you. Now, this is total view, okay? This is total bill. The total amount of money people pay. This is the total amount of money people pay. Pardon, my pen is acting up. All right, total amount people pay for when they come to the restaurant. Now, this line, this one here, is the minimum pay, the smallest money somebody has paid in the restaurant. All right, this is the least. This is the minimum, basically. All right, and over here is the maximum. All right, this year the minimum, the least, the smallest amount somebody paid. This over here is the maximum that another person paid. Two separate people. This over here is what we call the mean. This is the mean. This line here is the average. So if you look at it, I told you the average is going to be between 10 to 20. All right. And you can see it here. All right. It's around here. The mean value is there. All right. Now, you see these people here. This is what we call outliers. Outliers, meaning that these people spending, what they call that thing again, that you go to the club to spend money, all right, to spend money. Forgotten that I'm in Nigerian. Sorry, somebody should remind me in the chat, please. What when you go to the club? Dorime Wagbayi. People come here to spend money. Do you understand? I'm not saying they spend frivolous or they spend, something, all right? Dorime is what we're looking for, all right? Ballers, they come in and just, we're just two of us, but I'm eating like $50 worth of food. That's an outlier. That's not what the normal customers will come in to spend. This one's came in to just, to spend more. So that's what we call outliers. So it's a shift from the normal. Okay, a shift from normal. This is the minimum, maximum based on the normal distribution that we have up there. But you now have some people that will come in to spend more money, to weigh money. Do you understand? And you need to understand them. All right. I would understand them later. You see, I will show you how you can understand your outlier slightly later when we go to you bivariate analysis. So you see, this is what your role will be. This is how interesting your role will be. So this is what makes your role very interesting, okay? Because CEO, CFO, everybody in the business is looking to you to say that, what should we do next? What do you understand? Have you seen the data? Okay, what does the data tell you? You're not the oracle. You're speaking to them. They don't know this is what you're doing, but they think you're a magician. Okay. But now let's go straight into bivariate. So I can explain certain things to you. Let's do bivariate. So because of time. So bivariate, like I mentioned, okay, is two data sets, two columns, correct? Can you guys still remember? Bivariate is two columns, two features at a time. Two features at a time. Two features at a time. Now, let's take a look at two features, and I'll look at numerical, okay? I'll look at total bill and tip. So I want to see, is there a relationship between total bill and tip? So meaning that, and let me visualize it and I will see. I would ask you guys what you see from the visualization. Let's take a look at it. Now, the key question I want to answer, okay, let me write it here. Okay, the key question I want to answer is there a relationship, okay, between, oh yeah, let's see the people, between total bill, I mean, and tip, okay, and tip, okay. So tip basically means that you are tipping the restaurant or the person that is coming to meet you, all right, the person that served you, the server or the I don't know what they call them, the server essentially, all right. You tip them, okay. So in Nigeria we don't have tip, we have alaye babami alpha anything for the boys, about anything for the weekend. Do you understand? That's still tipping, all right. But in other countries they record it, it's recorded, all right. So you go to the restaurant, when they are giving you a bill, they give you, do you want to pay 5%, 10%, 15%, or you want to put in your numbers yourself, how much do you want to tip, okay. So so we want to now see, is there a relationship between total bill and tip? Is there a relationship between the two of them? Okay, so now let's do that visualization. And that visualization is going to be a scatter plot. Okay, it's going to be a scatter plot. Just give me a second, guys. All right. So I'm going to write it here. Okay. So I'll say SNS dot scatter plot. And when you see it, you will tell me exactly what you see. I'll say X equals to total bill. Okay, total underscore bill. Okay, and the next one is y equals to t. Okay, y equals to t. And the last but not the least, I'll say data is equals to data. And I'll run this. Okay. Oh, let me resize it. Let me use the normal size that we used earlier. Okay. Comma, copy and paste it here. Okay. Copy, paste, put a semicolon, boom. Now, looking at this, let me increase this a little bit. Okay, let me say 7/3. Now, looking at this, what do you guys see? What can you see when you look at me? What can you see when you look at the correlation? What you look at the visualization? Positive correlation. Does anybody want to speak? Just raise up your hand. I want to hear from somebody. So I want to hear from somebody. Tell me exactly what you see. Tell me what you see when you look at the visualization. All right. Who sang that song? Okay, J boy. All right, let's go, let's go, let's go. I don't know if it's a boy now, but this is J boy.
Hello.
Yeah, J
Hello.
girl, let's go. Yes, I can hear
Yeah,
you.
good
I can hear.
evening.
Good
Okay, yeah,
evening.
it's a positive correlation because as tips increases, total bill also increases. So they are positively correlated.
Wow. Wow. Are you a statistician? Oh, okay, fantastic. Thanks a
No,
lot,
well,
J.
I'm still
You're
learning,
still
still in the
learning.
process.
Fantastic. This is
Yes.
fantastic.
Thank
I
you.
love that. I love the
Thank
way
you.
you explained it. So
Thank
thank
you.
you very much. All right.
Thank you. You're
J
welcome.
J has J has taken, the answer and she has given it to us on a platter of gold. Do you know what J said? J said, as total bill increases, okay, the tip also does what? Increase. So that means if you go into the restaurant and you pay more money, like your total bill, how much all of you eat, if you came in with 2 people, 3 people, if you come in and you eat like, a certain amount, okay? Let's say you pay like $40, all right? Your total bill is $40. You see your tip, you'll likely tip more, all right? So the higher your total bill, the most likely you will tip more. Do you understand? All right? So that's exactly what we're so that's what we call a positive. So you see on the trend line, when you look at it, you see everything is moving like this. All right. That's what we call positive relationship. Okay. Positive relationship. All right. So the more your total bill, the more the tip. That's what it means. So this is a very good relationship and it tells a very clear story. All right. So when you come in and you eat more and you pay more for your total bill, you'll likely tip more. And let's take a look at them. Well, you see, you still have some outliers, and I'll show you some outliers. Okay. So you see, this person here is an outlier, even these two people here. Okay. So let's take a look at this person for a start. This person here is an outlier. Okay. This person came in and spent, let's see, about roughly around $6. Right? This person came in to spend $6. But this person is tipping almost the same tip that somebody that spent $30 came in to spend. All right. So this person came to spend $6, but is tipping as high as almost about $5. That's an outlier. That's somebody that is stepping out. Maybe it's a fine girl. Maybe it's a guy that was sitting down that came to just buy donuts. Donuts and cold water. This is what he came to buy. But you see, one fine girl came in to serve him to say that, hello, can I get anything for you? Can I do something for you? And it's like, not for my hand now. I could be, give $1 tip. How would I give $1 tip or five, or not even give a tip at all? All right. So probably just, okay, anything. All right, keep the change, keep the change. You get me? All right. So you see, that's an outlier right there. Okay. It came in to eat small. The normal relationship is the more you spend, the more you tip. But this person came in to spend less, but tipped more. That's why we call this person an outlier. So you see, we're not understanding some of the outliers that we see. All right. So this is another outlier. Okay. Now, you see, we still have another outlier. See this person here. All right. This person came in to eat, this person came to eat about, let's say, about 32, $33 worth of food. All right. But this person tipped just what? Barely what? Barely around $1. Okay. All right. Spent 32, but tipped about $1. That's another what? Outlier. Okay. All right. So these are people that they're not conforming to the normal relationship that we know of. All right. These are people that are not conforming. And you see, this is why data is interesting because it tells you things that other people cannot see. Other people, when they look at this data, this is all they'll see. Let me show you. Let me show you what they'll see. Let me just show you. Let me move. Other people will just look at and see only numbers. That's what they'll see. This person paid 16.99. This person spent money. All right. 21.20. This people only see numbers. But when we now transform those numbers to visualizations like this, all right, you can now tell a clear story. You're now seeing inside, you are seeing things that other people cannot see. All right. And this is just bivariate analysis. This is what we call bivariate analysis. All right. So I'm not going to waste too much time anymore. Okay. I'm just going to do two more things, and I'm going to just wrap it up from there. Okay. Just because of time. All right. So I've created and done my codes. So I'm just going to copy and paste them. So pardon me. I'm just going to copy and paste them. Okay. So the next thing I want, like I said, for bivariate is looking at two or more. Sorry, bivariate is looking at two features, just two. So looking at this one now, we only looked at total bill and tip. Total bill and tip. Those are two features in the data set. So we are exploring only two. So you see how we started from just one, and now we have gone to two. Okay, so now let's take a look at something else. All right, and I'm going to show you something real quick. So now the next one we're going to look at, all right, I'm just going to copy and paste it here. All right, so we can visualize it. So this one now, let's see. Once you see it, you see exactly what I'm talking about. So let me just take out this print statement. Okay, and I'll take out this print so that you guys can see it very well. Now, this is total bill. Okay, no, this is total tip. Total tip. Okay, by gender. So we can see total bill by gender. So this is two columns now. We're looking at total bill and gender. So the first thing we looked at, if you remember, I'm going to scroll up so you remember, okay? We looked at it to say that how many customers do we have? Do we have more male than female? That's the first question we asked. Okay, and we saw that we had more male customers coming in than female customers. All right, we have more male customers coming in than female customers. Now let's scroll down. Now we are now looking at two. Okay, to say that sex and total bill. Who spends more money? All right. Do we have more male coming in to spend more money than female? Or do we have more female coming in to spend more money than male? But looking at the visualization, we can tell that we have more male spending more money than the female gender. All right. Now, in terms of tipping, also total tip, do we have more male tipping than female customers? Yes, we have more male customers tipping more than the female customers. That's what the data is saying. It's not me that said it. The data is the one saying it. All right. So these are the things, and you see, we are looking at two columns, two features in the data set, which is sex and tip. We're looking at it to say that, okay, total tip by gender. Who tips more? Do we have more male tipping than female? I mean, that's the answer of what we got. Okay, so this is what we call a subplot. This is what we call a subplot. You see it here, subplot. So meaning that you can visualize two or more data. You can visualize as many visualizations as you want, like a dashboard. Okay, but it's not a dashboard. Well, it looks like a dashboard because you can arrange them all together in the same place. All right. So you see, this is bivariate analysis. This is what we call bivariate analysis. Two features, sex and total bill, sex and T. That's exactly what we're talking about. Now, the last one we're going to look at, okay, is multivariate analysis. Okay, multivariate analysis. Multi. Okay, and I will do another one. I would ask who would get it. Okay, multivariate analysis. Now, this is also looking at three or more. This is looking at three or more features. Three or more. All right, three or more. We started with one feature, then we moved to two features. Then now we're looking at three features. So you see how interesting data science is. All right. So that's why when they say torture the data and the data will speak to you, this is the torturing. So you look at them individually, first of all, and decode them and understand them. Then when you look at one on one, when after you take a look at them one after the other, you go into, okay, let me start joining them together. Let me join these two together. Let me join these two together. Let me join these two together. And let me see if there's a story over there. Okay. Now, when you combine two together, fine. After you get that one, you now go to three. Okay, you go to four, you go to five, so on and so forth. All right. All right. So now I'm going to do two multivariate analysis. The first one I'm going to do is, looking at this relationship. Okay, looking at total bill and tip. So we can see that we have more people. The higher you tip, the higher your total bill, the higher your tip. But now we don't know this by gender. We don't know this by gender. So now let's take a look at this now by gender. Let's add gender into the mix. And I want you guys to tell me what you see. Okay. I will tell me what you see. Okay. So over here, I'm going to say EU equals to sex, comma. Sorry, close the quotation mark. Okay, and that's it. Okay. Now looking at this, let's take a look at this. Now looking at this, let me see who would answer this one. Now you are looking at sex, they're looking at total bill, tip, and sex. All right. So looking at this visualization, do you understand? Do you see, is there anything that you see from the data set? It's still the same positive relationship. Oh, fantastic. All right, fantastic. Oladele is saying male tip than female. All right. So if you look at this, all right, if you take a look at the visualization in here, okay, you take a look at the visualization, all right, you see here, this is the blue is for male and the orange is for female. So you see, on average, you see the female category, all right, they don't tip. They tip, but not as much as the male participants or the male customers. All right. So you see here, now you see more male. The highest tip here is by male. 1 year also, or majority of them are all male customers. All right. So you still have some female that are sort of like outliers that are tipping more now the average lady. All right. So you see a lot of people tip within this particular range. A lot of people are clustered within 10 to 20. All right. You see, and basically, if you look at, remember the histogram that we drew then. Okay. Remember the histogram that we drew. Most people pay between 10 to 20. All right. $20. Okay. And you see, majority of the time, your tip also will be between $2 to $4. All right, that's the usual tip rate. Okay, so that's a cluster. You see, you have another cluster of people, okay, over here. All right, and you have another cluster of people over here. So you see, the more you drill into the data, the more insight you start to see. The more you drill into the data, the more you start to see things. You start to see. And looking at the data, what really makes it interesting, what makes this the most interesting is this is just a very small data, I would say. It's just a very little data. Just how many columns? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. 7 columns. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7 columns. All right, 7 columns. Very simple data. But you see, from that data that we have, you can see how we have drilled into it. And we're able to diffuse, we're able to see things that what other people will not be able to see. And that's what really makes the role of a data scientist very interesting. Okay? That's what makes it interesting. And that's why what makes it in demand because organizations can't make strategic decisions, can't make certain decisions. Now, after all these our visualizations and so on and so forth, we can actually start to predict. That's the role of the data scientist to say that based on all these features, based on the total bill you pay based on your gender, based on how many people came to eat, based on the time of the day you came to eat, I can predict what you will tip me once you come to my office, once you come to the restaurant. I can predict what you will tip. Okay. I can also predict the total number of people that will come in tomorrow. So looking at the visualization, okay, we can see clearly that people come in Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. All right. And we have more people coming on the Saturday than Sunday. You know, people coming most on the weekend. So take, for example, the business wants to know how many food should we cook? What's the quantity of food should we cook? All right, coming this weekend, this coming weekend, for them to plan better so that they can get all the instruments, they can get all the food, all the chairs, all the things that they need to accommodate that crowd. So, and that's just where the role of a data scientist is to help the business plan better. Okay? Because if this business knows that, oh, by weekend, we're going to be having like 700 people coming to eat. If there's a forecast, we've created that predictive forecast to say that 700 people will come in to eat this weekend. The owner or the CEO, the CFO, or whatever would not start to make plans to say that, okay, we need to get more waiters. Oh, we need to hire more, cooks. Oh, we need to hire bodyguard, what they call it, safety guards, in order for the place not to be rowdy and all that. Oh, we need to. So you see how the business is planning based on the role of a data scientist just because of that simple forecast to say that we're likely going to be getting more people this weekend. Oh, we're going to be getting less people this weekend. It means, guys, don't come to work this weekend. Don't come to work this weekend. You can take the week off. Do you understand? Have less people coming, okay? Because the data scientists has told them that less people will come in. All right. And that's exactly that's the beauty because you are the one driving strategies within the business. That's what makes it role very impressive, very interesting, very impactful, I would say. All right. And that's just we working with this small data. Now imagine an organization like, Amazon, Jumia, Facebook, even the banks, all the banks you work with, or you use BT Bank, Zenith Bank, Barclays, Lloyds Bank, and you see all the any institution, they need data scientists in order for them to make such kind of critical decision making. And I'm going to play one of the videos, one of the testimonials, the guy that currently works as a fraud analyst. That's what you're doing decoding, seeing things, seeing patterns that other people cannot see. All right. That's exactly what we're going to be talking about. And that's the role of a data scientist. Okay. Now, if you had a wonderful time, if you learned something different today, I want you to drop a 1 in the chat. Fantabulous. I love you guys, honestly speaking. You guys are the real guys. You guys are the reason why we're doing this is because of all the people putting ones in the chat. I didn't really don't put it's still because of you. Okay, fantastic. I love this. Um, tell you that you can also become a data scientist. All right, you also can become a data scientist. It's not as difficult as you think it is. You see, it's just by understanding. When you see things and you've been, utilized it before and you've worked on different projects, you start to see patterns. The more you do it, the better you become. All right. So I'm going to be introducing you to the full stack data science training program, which is specialization in computer vision. All right. Now, a lot of people might have not know what computer vision is. Now, I'll just use myself as an example. Now, take a look at this. You see this analytics, okay? You see the analytics here. This is background. If you look at my picture, you see the analytics is there. That's not my background. Trust me, that's not my background. It's a virtual background. But now you're not going to ask the question: how come you can see a female's face? I can raise up my hand. It doesn't blow out my hand. It doesn't blow out my body. Do you understand? I can stand up, all right, and nothing would happen. Do you understand? It would blow me out. Now you start to ask yourself a question. That question is, how does the camera identify my head, my face, my shoulder, my hand, my full body without blowing me out? So that's what you call object detection. Okay, so it has detected my face, my body. All right. So anytime, even if I move to the side, I move to the left, I move to the right, it's still detecting it, and it will blow out every other thing, but keep my face and my hand and my body intact. That's what you call object detection. So a lot of applications now are using computer vision, and you're going to be learning it in the program also. That's part of the things you know. And it's interesting because you all these things that you see in real life and you think they are so vain, you will view them and you understand them a lot better in the training program. All right. So the full stack data science program is 100% online. So there's no need for you to waste transport money or whatever. It is 100% online. Hands-on practical sessions with videos, exercises, and projects for you to work on. So it's 100% practical, 100% online. The sessions are fully recorded, okay? And the materials, you would have what? Lifetime access to the materials, okay? Lifetime access to the material. So it's 100% online. It is practical. You have videos, you have exercises that are recorded, the live classes are recorded also. And you see, you have lifetime access to these materials and the experts, the people that will be teaching you. All right. 20 classes with over 50 topics. Okay. So I'm going to show you some of the topics that you'll be going through. The average salary of a data scientist in the UK is £55,000. All right. £55,000 is the average. Do you know what the average income of the whole UK? Do you know what the average salary in the UK is? Is less than £30,000. All right. And the average salary of a data scientist is £55,000. Now, you'll be adding a lot of projects. Now, what we did today was just a very small project, just for us to explore. All right. During the projects, you will work on projects in Excel, in Tableau, in SQL, in Power, in Python, and also computer vision. In machine learning, you will build a ton of projects. Trust me, even more than 6 projects. I can guarantee you that. All right. 100% job feasibility. I'm going to explain that, in the next couple of slides. We are taking this very seriously next year. All right. And industry relevant certification. You get a certificate after completing the training program. The training program is for 3 months plus, okay, with 1 month free virtual internship. 1 month free virtual internship. So this is the program overview for the full stack data science training program. Now, how do you become a full stack data scientist? How do you start? The first thing you need to learn is statistics. So you notice I used a lot of statistical STEM today, okay? Mean, median, mode, normal distribution, skew, and all those things. You need to understand them better. So the first thing we're going to do is to teach you statistics, okay? The first thing you're going to do is you will learn statistics. Somebody's asking a question about Anaconda. Anaconda is Python. All right, is Python. Don't worry, it's an application. It's just like Google Colab that we use today. All right. So you're going to learn statistics, and statistics is, very easy. It's not as difficult as you think it is. The reason why you might feel is because of your preconceived idea of statistics, what you learned in primary and secondary school, and even university. And majority of the time, the reason why we're doing statistics is not to understand, is to pass. Okay? The reason why we're doing it is to pass. From these statistics now, you can see impact for what we did. From that statistics that we did, we easily were able to detect outliers in our data set. All right. So with basic statistics, with this, you'll be learning statistics anyway from the training program, end to end statistics, all the things you need to know in statistics. Thereafter, you move into Excel and Tableau for descriptive, diagnostic, and predictive analytics. So you'll be learning this Excel and Tableau. Now, the reason why you're learning Excel and Tableau is very simple. So it's called the Full Stack Data Science Program. Okay. Now, every organization across the world, they are at different level of adopting data science. Okay. Different organizations, if you go to GT Bank, they are at one level, at one stage of implementing data science. If you go to a smaller organization, okay, they are at another level. If you move to a startup, there's another level. So some organizations I've worked with one of the largest, logistics business here in Europe. Okay. And I'll tell you, they still use Excel. Okay, so my first predictive analytics, the first prediction that I created, the predictive forecast I created was in Microsoft Excel. Okay, and it was for this large organization. And guess what? That forecast I did in Excel was deployed in the UK, in Ireland, in Norway, in Netherlands, and in Germany, 5 countries within Europe, just an Excel forecast. All right. So you'll be learning all these things, okay? Learning how to use Excel for descriptive analytics, diagnostic analytics, and predictive analytics. All right, so you'll be doing that in Excel and Tableau. After doing that, you move to SQL, where you'll be learning structured query language. All right, so SQL. So majority of the time or every time, data is stored in what we call a database. Okay, data is stored in a database. All right, and in order for you to get data out of the database, you need SQL. You will need SQL to extract data from the database. All right. So that's why you'll be learning Excel. So you'll be SQL, I mean. So SQL is that tool you use, you write to extract data from the database. Now, moving on from there, you start to learn Python, okay? Because your role, majority of the time, data science and all the advanced analytics you'll be building will be built in Python. All right, so you'll be learning Python, and after Python, you move into machine learning and computer vision. All right, then you'll finally become a master data engineer. So you see how you're progressing is a stage by step process. It is a step by step process, just like what we have here. You start with statistics, you understand basic statistics, you understand basic statistical concepts. You move into Excel, you move to Tableau, you move to SQL, you do Python, you do data analytics and visualization, you move to machine learning, and you do computer vision. And that's the progression you go through. Okay. And at the end of the day, you become a master data scientist. All right. Now, this training program comes with, an array of additional tools that you'll be working with, an array of other tools. So you're going to be working with also Microsoft Fabrics. Okay. So Microsoft Fabrics is relatively very new. It's not really, it's still in the beta phase. But we are already teaching it ahead of time. And it's very simple. The reason why we're teaching it, it's likely going to replace majority of the BI tools you have in Microsoft because it's a one-stop shop on how you could use different tools, data warehousing to data visualization using Microsoft Fabric. So you'll be learning that. That's part of the curriculum. So you can also research Microsoft Fabric. It's a very new technology, very new tool that is deployed by Microsoft. You would also get to work with ChatGPT, and you will also get to work with GitHub Copilot. All right, these are tools that you will get to work with. Another one that is not on the list here is GitHub. All right, so you'll be working with GitHub also, all right, for version control. Okay, when you're writing your code, to store your code, for your repository, and so on and so forth. So you'll be learning data science like a natural data scientist. You'll be working on projects like we did today, all right? Now, some of the projects you will get to work on, okay, some of the projects you will get to work on is, let's take a look at that. So what we do with our projects is very simple. We take real life real life experiences, and we transform them into learning material, learning case studies. All right. So all the case studies that you see here are actual case studies, they are actual experience. Okay. So if we take a look at this, Future Tail Hotel Reservation case study. Future Tail Hotel Reservation case study. You see it here. I'll just read one part of this, okay? The online hotel reservation channel have dramatically changed booking possibilities and customers' behavior. A significant number of hotel reservations are called off due to cancellation or no-shows. The typical reasons for cancellation include change of plans, schedule conflicts, and so on and so forth. So you see, this is an actual case study that is part of my experience working as a consultant. Now, the client is an hotel based off in the UK. All right. It's a hotel chain, okay, based up in the UK. It's a very major one that if you're in the UK, you will know definitely have been in one of them. Okay. All right. So I don't want to say the name just because of privacy and all that. So the major problem with this hotel is people book ahead of time. So now that it's November, December, it's cheap, okay, for you to book in the future, like in summer or sometimes in the future. So what most people do is they book ahead of time, okay, but when it comes to that day that they need to come in, they cancel. Now, the hotel charges, they charge cancellation fees, okay, but it's not significant. All right. So you can let's say in Naira terms, for example, you can go to the hotel, you can book the hotel of 100,000 naira and they will charge you only 10,000 for cancellation. So it means that the hotel was losing out on 90,000 naira. Okay. You were getting your money back, you don't mind because it's just 10,000 naira, it's fine. Okay. But the hotel was losing out on a huge, amount of money, 90,000 naira per room. Imagine how many people canceling, when it comes to their turn. So, because of this, okay, the hotel was not generating enough revenue like they used to. So your role as a data scientist is to observe, to look at the data and find out reasons why people cancel, predict, all right, be able to know what type of, when somebody books, is this person likely going to come or is the person likely not going to come? So you can start to prepare ahead of time, setting, all the event around it and so on. And that's an actual case study. So what we have done is to get our life experiences, myself, other the founder is and every other person, facilitators and experienced professional. What we do is to take the experience and turn it into case studies. So you see this one also, Jumbo e-commerce, another case study, another real life experience for an e-commerce business. This is based on sales and forecasting analysis. And you see the case study there, the real what you'll be doing, in this particular case study. So you see here, as a data scientist, you have been tasked with developing a sales business dashboard that provides a comprehensive regional view of the company's operations and include sales forecast. These are actual case studies, actual life experiences. Same thing with Daniel Son Electronics. Same thing with Solis online project, Crusader Homes. This is another business based on Canada. All right. This is a business based off in Canada. The actual experience was from Canada. All right. One of the facilitators that we have based in Canada. All right. And was working with this real estate firm. Okay. Where, anyways, the case study is there. And I'll read up what you're responsible for. You're responsible for analyzing and preparing the data training, okay, and selecting appropriate machine learning algorithms and testing and validating models' performance. Crusader Homes aims to create a robust, trustworthy, and precise predictive model that can assist in pricing their properties and optimizing their business decisions. So the kind of projects you work on, you can easily talk to a recruiter that, yes, I've worked with a real estate firm, I've worked with an e-commerce firm, I've worked with an hotel business, and so on and so forth. These are the benefits of you going through the training program. Projects are what will get you into the door. Something with Sterling e-commerce, another e-commerce, case study. You have, Golden Food store. You have a customer segmentation model. you have customer churn prediction, and you see, and so on. The case studies are plenty. You would work, like I said, you would do more than 6 projects, cutting across Excel to Tableau to SQL to machine learning to supervised and unsupervised learning. You will learn as much as possible. And that's why we beat our chest to say that you will get a job once you complete the training program. All right. Now this is computer vision, and you see them moving very shortly. All right, and you see them doing their hands, and you can see the detection in their hands. You can see over here you have facial detection, detecting people's faces. You can see facial detection, detecting multiple people in a picture. This is what you call computer vision. You see it here, another facial detection. You can see it's also detecting his eyes and also detecting his mouth. Okay, same thing over here. Face, eyes, mouth detection. And you see over here, you see the lady over here, she's even dancing. And this is what I'm talking about when you look at me at the moment. All right. If you look at the frame where I am, it's not, it's detecting me even when I move around. So this is the application that goes in or the code that is used. Same thing with the guy over here. You can see him is detecting his face, he's detecting his hand. So whenever he raises up his hand, he knows that is his body, it's part of his body. All right. So post detection and so many other projects you get to work on. All right. That you will get to work on. All right. Now moving on. So as with the curriculum, you also get 1 month free virtual internship. Like I mentioned, 1 month free virtual internship. Now, this internship is going to be an immersive one where you would still replicate a real life scenario of you working as a data scientist. All right. And you get to work on what we call real life projects, more real projects, real life projects and scenarios. All right. We also have what we call combined projects, where what we're introducing next year, okay, where you get to work with data engineers, you get to work with business analysts. So on a real actual project that you'll be deploying. All right. So that's the interesting part about the training program. So it comes with this internship, and guess what? The entire training, you could add it to your CV. All right. You can add it to your CV. And I'll tell you the benefit of doing this because most recruiters are looking for recommendation. Who will recommend you? Oh, you worked as a data scientist. All right. Can we get a recommendation letter from where you worked? Now, if you're new in the space, you need somebody to be able to vouch for you. So you can add it to your CV. You get 1 month to own your skills. You get to work with 6 more projects, project review with an expert. I'm going to show you some of the profile of the people that we have, as facilitators, as mentors, and so on. So it's very interesting and very exciting to have you all on board. Okay. So the internship is an immersive 1 month free virtual immersive internship to get you started, to get you all the experience that you need to get started. All right. So as a data scientist, you can work different jobs. So most people, when they go and search for jobs, take for example, let me just open my browser. I'm going to go to a popular read.co.uk. Most people will think that when they go online, they should search for data scientists. That's what they'll go and search for. They'll go here and search for data scientists, and they will only be looking for data scientists. Okay. All right. So you see here, this is a data scientist, 40 to 70,000 pounds per annum. Okay, another senior data scientist, 450 to 500 pounds per day. Okay, data scientist, 50 to 60,000 pounds, 60 to 70,000 pounds, 55 to 700 pounds per day. This is what we call contract position. Okay, all right. So this is what we call contract positions, okay? 60 to 70,000 pounds, okay, and so on. But the good thing about it is, as a data scientist, you don't need to only apply for data science, all right? You could also apply for data analyst roles. You could apply for sales analyst roles, SCM, supply chain analyst roles, fraud analyst, pricing analyst, market research analyst, logistics analyst. So when I tell you that you have a very high possibility of getting a job. I mean it because it's not just data science. You're not just applying for one type of job. You're applying for a multitude of jobs. So you have more probability of getting a job, of securing a job. And that's the reason why we're doing data science. All right. Apply for data science, data analytics, sales analyst, SEM. And this is just a few. All right. There's still so many more. There's logistics. Okay, there's logistics here already. All right. There's HR. There is so many other aspects you could actually go into, operations analysts and so on. All right. So I've worked as a business systems analyst, okay, which is nothing has to do with what do you call it? The name itself is not data science, but I've worked as a business systems analyst. I've worked as a BI analyst. So these are some of the roles that you could actually take on once you complete the training program. Now, meet some of the facilitators. You have myself, Ifemena, you have Toma Ijatoma, and she's a senior data associate with Analytics. You work with Brahima, senior data associate. You work with data scientists in mobile. He's currently that's Obina. Obina is currently based off in Canada, and he has been a fantastic professional over time. And let me just read something he has done. All right. So you see, he has been instrumental in the technical product support for flagship digital and radio products, generating billions of naira annually and serving millions of customers across one of Africa's largest banking brands. So when I tell you that we have the best people on board, we have the best people on board. Okay, so Obina is currently based off in Canada. All right, that's his experience was based off in Nigeria. All right, but he's based in Canada, working as a data scientist. All right, we also have Ibrahim and Marshall, machine learning engineer based off in the UK. We have Chinazam, a data scientist based in Ireland, working with one of the largest logistics supply chain business in the whole of Europe. Abdurrahman Yaniwura, data science consultant working with one of the big four companies here in the UK. Emmanuel Arowolo, lead and insights analyst with Softcom in Nigeria. All right, we have Bots, which is currently a machine learning engineer in Nigeria. Okay, has trained over for 5 years, worked with some of the largest educational technology firms in the world, deploying machine learning on scale. At scale, I mean. We also have Mukhtar Okoyemi Yusuf. All right, he's a machine learning research engineer with over 5 years experience. All right, we have Matthew, who is also a data analyst with Redwire Marketing Consulting. Very experienced people that have deployed it across different platforms, different institutions. And you see, these are all, Africans across the world that are doing this. So you'll be learning from you'll be learning from people that you can relate to it easily, all right, in order for you to get started. All right. And these people started also. Nobody learned data science in school. We all started, we all learned, we transitioned. Before they had to transition, we finally did. But you shouldn't take 2 years, 3 years for you to get a job. And I would still share some of the testimonials, people getting a job 1 month, 2 months, 3 months after they completed the training program, because it's different for different people. All right. So the key question most of you would like to want to answer is why should you train with the analytics? Why should you choose the analytics as your preferred training partner? And I'm going to explain to you. Our achievement in 2023, all right, we helped over 850 plus people transition from classroom to getting their first job. All right. From classroom, not people that were business analysts and now got a job as a data analyst, not data analysts that became data scientists, not data scientists that became data engineers or anyone. So people were in tech, but they wanted to get a better role, they wanted to get a better career, a better opportunity, or whatever it is. All right. So we didn't even take that into consideration. We looked at people because that's the key metric that we're looking at. People that had no background before, all right, came to class, learned, and were able to transition. That's the key area that we focused on. So we helped over 850 plus people this year in 2023 transition into a new career, all right, in the tech space. So cutting across the UK, Canada, Europe, Asia, and also back home in Africa. All right, Nigeria, Ghana, Sierra Leone, you help people across the world, they land their first tech job. Now, looking at this aside, looking at this achievement, this is something remarkable. Okay, 850 people started this year. Okay, did not think that they were able to get a job in tech, came through to analytics, and now they work in the tech space, working as data scientists, data analysts, business analysts, data engineers, and so on and so forth. We help them to do this. Now, why should you trade with us? Okay, the key question. Up-to-date curriculum. You're going to be working with people that are currently in the industry, that understands the industry, that are currently, doing this job. So you'll be learning with people with the most up-to-date experience, with the most up-to-date curriculum. All right. Now, like I mentioned, also industry experts, hands-on experience. Look at what we did today for just the last 1 hour, past 1 hour. All right. See what we just did today. Don't you think it's easier for you to understand working on those kind of projects, hands-on projects? So as you're seeing me working around it, you are doing the same thing, you are replicating the same thing where you are, and you are seeing the same thing, you are understanding it 10 times faster. All right. Now, up to the curriculum, industry experts. Next thing that we boast of is blended training delivery. And this blended training delivery is something that we beat our chest, about everywhere we go to. So we can tell you categorically that even if you are a newbie, okay, and you're a slow learner, we have people that are slow learners, all right? Like myself, I need to look at something 3, 5 times, practice like 3, 4 times in order for me to pick it faster, in order for me to know it. All right. Some people will see it immediately, they see it like this, they've gotten it. But you can't put those same people in class and learn at the same pace. It's impossible. All right. So now what we have done is to devise a way to have these two people that are fast learners, slow learners, who are meeting and learning together. And how do we do this? We use what we call the Watch Me Do It videos. WMDI. So we call them Watch Me Do It videos. These are bite-sized videos that you get before the class. All right? You get bite-sized videos you get before the class. So you watch it at your own 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, depending on the length or depending on the video itself or depending on the topic. All right. Some of them 15, some of them 7, some of them 10. All right. You get these bite-sized videos that you watch before the main class. So you have live classes on Saturday. Okay. So before Saturday, you would have been given between Monday to Friday, you would have been given the Watch Me Do It videos that would help you, that would guide you towards the class on Sunday. So when you come to class on Sunday, you're not looking lost. You will be the one to tell the facilitator, oh, this is what I read, this is what I did, this is what I practiced, and this is how we should go about it. So with that blended training delivery, we have people moving at the same pace. All right. So that's the blended training delivery. We have additional employability services, in which I'm going to speak on more. Then the internship. The internship is designed to simulate real work experience. Even the training, even the case studies you work in class, they already simulate it. But what makes this more interesting is the collaboration, okay? That collaborativeness, where you get to work with data engineers, business analysts, you get to work with data analysts, you also get to work with various professionals across the world, okay? So that what makes the internship more diversified, more immersive, okay? Now, when you combine all this together, you now become an industry relevant or industry ready tech professional. Okay, updated curriculum, industry expert, blended curriculum, blended training delivery, additional employability services, and internship. Combined together, you become an industry ready tech professional. Now, how do we now position you for success in the job market? Okay, how do we get you that job that you said? We said we will get you a job. Don't worry. How do we do that? Very simple. All right, and I'm going to take you through. It's 3 levels. Level 1, okay. Level 1 is what we have here. We have 6 in this bucket, 6 items in this bucket. All right. We have CV review. That's the first thing we'll do for you. CV review. Most people have very bad CV. Your CV is a digital representation of yourself. Okay. So if you don't look good, people will not approach you. That's even in real life, physically. All right. If you don't look good, people won't approach you. Now the key question is does your CV look appealing? Does it look good? Not design wise, but content wise. Okay. Will a recruiter look at your CV? Now let me tell you one very scary statistic. Um, it takes a recruiter 6 to 10 seconds to review a CV. 6 to 10 seconds to review a CV. Now, do you know what kind of things you need to put on your CV to be able to take attention of a recruiter within 6 seconds? 6 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Drop, and that's it. Move to the next CV. So, do you understand? So your CV has to be reviewed, and we have experts within the team that would review your CV. The next part is LinkedIn optimization. LinkedIn optimization works like Google search engine optimization. So if you go on Google and you type in, I want to buy, a laptop, it's going to give you the best result based on that question, based on that your search. Now, it's same to link optimization. When recruiters are looking for candidates and they go data engineer, data scientist, the key question is, would your profile be recommended? Would your profile be recommended to the recruiter? If no, then your LinkedIn profile is not optimized. Okay. The key thing is for recruiters to search and see you. Okay. When they search a certain keyword, certain role, they should see your profile. And I'll tell you this, one of the guys that currently works in the UK, all right, works with HSBC. And how did he get this? How did he get the job? Through LinkedIn. All right. Prior to that, there was a lot of things that happened before then. I'm just going to breeze through it. Visa was almost coming to an end. Same for the training program. His program was coming, his visa was coming to an end about 6 months, before he started the program. Okay. Started the training program, completed the training program, did LinkedIn optimization, never used to get, what they call emails. There's something they call emails, okay? Emails on LinkedIn, okay? Emails. Sorry, pardon me, this pen. All right, emails. He received 3 emails, okay, within 2 weeks. All right, from HSBC. If I remember, HSBC was the one he got the job with, um, Deloitte, and also KPMG. So three big organizations, three reached out to him. All right, and he got the one with HSBC. You'll see his testimonial. His testimonial is part of the work I will show you later. All right. Now, we also have Upwork optimization for guys that want to work freelancing. We also do what we call navigating the job market. Now, navigating the job market is very important because you are a newbie, all right? Or even if you have experience in data science in the tech space, you are a newbie, all right? So what you need to do is you need to understand the kind of roles you can apply for, first of all, the type of roles. Where do you even get this job? Where do you even apply for this job? All right. There's something we call the Eden job market. How do you access the Eden job market? All right. Those are the kind of things that we do in navigating the job market that we teach you. Now, moving on to the next one, job and interview preparation. So once you go through the training program and you're fine, we do what we call, and you get an interview. We prepare you for the interview. All right. We prepare you for the interview. And I would say we have one of the best preparations, in town, okay, in the industry. Okay. We prepare you for the industry to simulate the kind of question they would likely ask you. So if they ask you, tell me about yourself, for example, how do you answer a question like, tell me about yourself? Okay, there's an acronym we use, SIT. Okay, so you talk about your skill, you talk about your experience, you talk about your achievement, and you talk about the type of person that you are. SIT, skill, experience, achievement, and the type of person. So the next time they ask you a question, tell me about yourself, or can we meet you? The best way to answer that question is using the SIT technique. Now, we also have the STAR technique, okay, STAR, okay, situation, task, action, and results for situational based question. Tell me about a time you built a forecast in your experience. How do you talk about that? You start with the situation, you move to the task, you move to the action, and the result of that your forecast. So it makes your story more cogent. And this is what recruiters are looking for. And how do you do this? How do you prepare for these interviews? That's exactly where we come in. Now we also have recommendation and reference letter. So once you get a job, especially outside the country, I will tell you for free that majority of the time they would ask you to submit recommendation or a reference letter. They will need a reference letter from the previous employer. But that's where we come in. Because you've gone through the training program, you've gone through our internship, you can get recommendation and reference letter from Tenalytics. You can claim work experience from Tenalytics. So rather than saying you currently work in the hospital or you work in a call center, tell them you work with Tenalytics as a data scientist, as a data analyst, and be standing to, obviously you're going through the training program, you're working on projects, you're working as much as you can to get what you're looking for. So what we do is we stand in as your recommendation letter. All right. Now, talking about this, okay? Um, Level two is what we call weekly mentorship sessions and on-job support. Now, weekly mentorship session is just a session what we have devised to get people motivated a lot better. Okay, a lot better to get people motivated. So mentorship is coming from myself, Adeza, the facilitators that you have around you. And one key thing you need is motivation. Okay, honestly, mentorship, motivation, coaching is very important when you're trying to transition because it's not an easy ride. It's a very lonely ride. So you need people to that who will tell you that, it is possible. All right. We have people that have gone through, like myself, like I said, I did management consulting for like 4 years. All right, before I decided to go into the tech space. And it took me almost 2 years to get my first job. Now, it shouldn't be like that. And basically, we have all those mentorship sessions to devise you, to tell you how to approach certain activity. So it's weekly mentorship sessions. All right. We also have all the job support. So once you get a job and you feel like you cannot do the job, don't worry. We'll support you till you can stand on your own and you can run on your own. All right. So 100% on the job support is what we guarantee you. All right. So this is level one, level two. Now, level three is the key thing that we're introducing next year. All right, which is our promise to you is guaranteed job interview 1 month after completing after completing your training with us. All right, 1 month. Okay, and I'll tell you that, easily that you will get a job. Okay. So what we're guaranteeing you now is several interviews. Okay. During the training and even after the training program. If you secure it during the training program, better for you. If you secure it after the training program, also great for you. So our guarantee going into the next year is once you go through our training program with us, we guarantee you interviews. Interviews, not one interview. All right, interviews, during the training program and also after the training program. Our case is for people to get jobs. All right. So our force next year is to drive up those numbers from 850 that we did this year to over 2,000 next year. And how are we going to do this? I'm going to explain in the next slide. So new additions for 2024, very simple. I'm going to walk you through these. How are we going to achieve you those interviews? Okay, that you guarantee that you get that interview, get that job. First of all, is okay, body mentorship session. So what we are doing now is this year we did 850 plus. Last year we did over 500, about 500 or thereabouts. Okay. So we have quite a number of alumni now that have gotten jobs. Now, these are people that transition, bear in mind, these are people that had no prior experience. We all know, like I said, we had people that were business analysts that got jobs as business data analysts that moved from business analysis to data analytics. We have people that move from data analytics to business analysis and so on. And also data science, the same thing, BA to data scientists and so on. All right. So what we are doing, we have a pool of alumni now that are currently working in the industry, all right, in the past 2 years. All right. And what we are doing now is to bring these guys back. Alumni that have gotten jobs in their chosen career path will serve as support system. So these guys have gone through it and they're telling you that, okay, do you know what? This is what I did. This is the steps I did. So they're acting as mentors to people that are looking to get started, to unhold you, to guide you. So we have that body mentorship hub that will guarantee you a support system from somebody that was in your shoe just a few months ago, a couple of months ago, to come and guide you and say that, okay, do you know what? This is what I did. This is how I did it. And this is how I was able to get my job. All right. So that's the first guarantee that we do for you. Secondly, is enhanced internship experience. Okay. Enhanced internship experience. I talked about this, give you hint about this. So when you get to work with different people across different roles, work with a business analyst, work with a data engineer, and you're going to be building a product, a solution, all right, a real life solution. Okay. Now, the new initiative, the key thing that we're working on, and the key thing that we're working on is securing partnership with recruitment agencies in the UK, Canada, and in the US alongside other countries. All right. So what we're looking at is securing partnership. These people are always recruiting. I went online just a few minutes ago just to show you some roles, and you see Age Recruitment is currently recruited for this is a recruitment agency. They're currently recruiting for a data analyst. All right. You see, this is age again, and you see quite a number of them. Alan is another one we're trying to work. We have age recruitment, we have Adeco, we have quite a number of recruitment agencies that we're talking with, Contrary, Manpower, Teleservices in the UK, in the US, in Canada, and other countries across the world. So what we're doing is we are building a pipeline. All right. You can see how extensive the training program is, the kind of projects you get to work on. So what we're doing is we are building a pipeline to say that when the role comes up, we should be the target person to reach for them to reach out to say they are looking for a data analyst, they're looking for a data scientist, they're looking for this, they're looking for that. And what we do, we still prepare you for that role. Okay, so we interview, we prepare you for the interview, and you're guaranteed that interview. All right, so you go in, you do your best, you get the job, you're good to go. All right, so these are the new initiatives we are putting in place next year to get more people into the tech space, more Africans into the tech space. All right, and I'll tell you that this is absolutely, absolutely, yeah, this is what you're looking for to get started next year. All right. Now, work freelancing is something that could also happen. You could also go to LinkedIn, remote.co, Upwork, Indeed, Wellfound. These are places you can get remote jobs. And we're going to do that for you to get remote opportunities. Now, in terms of the global demand for tech talent, the majority of these countries across the world are decreasing immigration. But I'll tell you that what is increasing is the number of immigration of tech talent. Okay, Canada has increased what we call STEM. Okay, PR for STEM, the people in STEM. Okay, that is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So, which data science falls into this bracket. Okay, tech as a whole falls into technology. So you see, they have increased the number of quota that it is for tech talent. So they have what we call the Global Talent Stream Program that is designed for people looking to tech professionals looking to migrate to Canada. All right. Now I'll tell you that it only takes 2 weeks to process the Global Talent Stream Program. The requirement is 6 months experience 6 month experience on the role, 6 month experience, not 2 years, not 5 years, not 10 years, 6 month experience in that role in which you have done in order for you to classify for the Global Talent Stream Program. The UK has a Global Talent Visa, which is run by the Tech Nation. Germany has a Blue Card scheme. Singapore has the Tech Pass program. Australia has a Global Talent Visa. France also has a French Tech Visa program. Ireland has a Critical Skills Employment Permit program. Now, I was a benefit for the Critical Skills Employment Permit program, while I was in Ireland. And I'll tell you that that's one of the best. It's easy. Once you have that, you can work across any organization, you can get jobs, and so on and so forth. All right. So you see, there are quite a number of experiences that so many opportunities for tech professionals across the world. All right. Now, you can join our next cohort starting on the 6th of January 2024. All right, we have a cohort starting on the 6th of January 2024. All right, but like I said, it seems impossible until it is done. It seems impossible, right? Until somebody does it before you now be like, oh, okay. So this is where I will now play Oluwatosin's video, okay? The fraud guy working as a fraud analyst in the UK after completing the training program. So I'm just going to play that in the next 2 minutes.
Hello, my name is Oluwatosin Oguleye. I'm with the August DA cohort with Tenalytics. I just got a job as a fraud analyst. So my role as a fraud analyst is to investigate and prevent fraud on credit cards. I got this job after I joined Tenalytics. The mentorship session, the CV review sessions, these sessions were very, very helpful in me getting this role. And I had an interview prep as well. All these were highly instrumental in me getting the job. And I'm really grateful for Tenalytics. Thank you.
So we have a ton of testimonials, guys, a ton. Okay, and I'm going to show you some of them as we go on. Okay, so to join our next cohort, the morning session for the guys in Europe and in Nigeria starts 11 in the morning. That's my master class. Okay, The parent program is $750 or £625. Okay, but we're running a discount. Okay, we're currently running an early bird discount. So rather than you paying the full amount, okay, we're running a discount. So rather than paying $750, you can actually pay $600. So that's $150 discount. Okay. Now this is only available for the first 20 people to register. Only available for the first 20 people to register. Okay, so the first payment is $450 and the second payment is $150. Okay, so now all you need to secure your position for the 6th of January is the first payment, what you have here. All right, all you need now is to pay $450 to secure your position in the class starting on the 6th of January 2024. All right. Now, if you're in the UK and you want to pay in pounds, it is $625. That's the actual amount. But with the early bird discount, you can pay $500, £500, and you can pay in 2 installments. So you don't need to pay £500 at once. You can actually pay in 2 installments, £375 for a start. Then you can pay the balance of 125 1 month into the program. So it's very flexible for you to make payment, first payment, then you can pay the second payment 1 month into the training program. All right. So that's exactly what you'll be getting for. Now, I need to reiterate that this discount is only available for the first 20 people that registered. All right. It's only available for the first 20 people that registered. Okay, so what we're going to be, like I said, just to reiterate, we're running a discount. So rather than paying $750, you are paying $600, and you can always pay in 2 installments. First payment is $450, and the balance payment is $150. The balance is coming 1 month into the training program. So all you need right now is to secure your position is $450. Now, if you're paying in pounds, it's a £500 discounted. All right, and you can pay in 2 installments. All you need to secure a position now is £375, and the second installment of £125. Okay, and if you're paying in Naira, you have the link here. So all you can check now is click on the link sent in the chat. So we have our guys in the chat that will be sending the links, okay, for you to click on. Okay, so once you click on the main stack link, okay, once you click on the main stack link, all right, it takes you to this particular page. All right, it takes you to this page. All right, it takes you to this page. All right, and it takes you, you see, this is the main stack page for enrollment. You see Analytics Enrollment Center. All right, get access to all program brochures. So you can click on this for you to see the full detail. So what you're looking for is a full stack data science brochure. Okay, so once you click on the first link here, get access to all the program brochures. All right, it is going to take you to this page. And in this page, you have full stack data science brochure. Double click on it, you'll get to see the brochure. So you see the full stack data scientist program, and you see everything you need to know about the program, every single thing you need to know about the program. So you see this, the full stack data scientist curriculum, introduction to data science, Microsoft Excel, statistics, predictive analytics in Excel, Tableau, SQL, Python programming language, full stack Python, everything you need to know, your full stack data science roadmap, how you're going to go, the classes, the time zone, and everything you need to know, the projects you're going to work on, in which I showed you some of them already. So it's an end-to-end training program on data science. And you can get the full brochure by just click here, get access to the full brochure. It opens in a new tab. You see full stack data science brochure, and that's exactly what you get. Okay. All right. Now, in terms of payment, okay, you can, if you're in the UK, you can make a direct transfer to the UK account detail provided on the screen. It's also in the chat. Jedediah sent it to the chat, so you'll get access to it. For non-Naira card payment, so if non-Naira, you're anywhere in the world, you're in Jamaica, you're in Trinidad and Tobago, you're in Kenya, you're in Sudan, you are anywhere in the world, you're in Dubai, Canada, all right? You see the data science seat here for data analytics, business analysis, full stack data science. All right. So if you want to make payment, all you need to do is click on this. So you want to make your first payment, initial payment, which is what? All right, the initial payment is £375 or dollars. Okay, just come here, click on this first payment if you want to make first payment. If you want to make full payment, okay, go ahead to make full payment from there. So first payment, click on that, okay, and it's going to take you to the main card, the main stock page for payment. Okay, the main stock page for payment. So you see it here. All right, registration for one of the following 10 analytics program, and you see it here, full stack data science. Now, what you have there is £504, okay, and all you need to secure your position is what? 375 is what you need to secure your position. So all you can do is just type in the price you want to pay. All right, 375. All right, you can even pay less, and that's just for you. All you need to do is know how much you are spending. So if you're looking at, let's say you want to pay, let's say 250 now, and balance the rest before the program starts, secure your position. The key thing is for you to secure your position. All right. The key thing is for you to secure your position. Now, the program is only the what we are designing, the what I call it, the discount is only available for the first 20 people. So what most people would fail to do is to secure themselves. So you can secure yourself with $250 and pay the balance before the start of the program. You can also pay $300. All right. All right, £300. And all you need to do is click on reserve a seat and you are good to go. Okay, reserve a seat and you are good to go. So that's all you need to do. And if you want to make payments, all right, Naira payments, if you're in Nigeria and you want to make payments with your card, we have the pay stack. Click on first of part-time payment. You see the full stack data science, you see it here, click on it, and you can select either a full payment or part payment. Let's say part payment, all right, 540,000. If you're paying full payment, it's 720,000, and you can add to bank and you can make a payment. Okay, so that's all you get for that. Okay, so that's exactly what you need to know in terms of payments. Okay. So like I said, this is only available for the first 20 people. So if you're looking to starting your year next year and securing a job within 1 month or 2 months of starting the training program, trust me, guys, this is exactly what you need to get started. This is exactly what you need. All right. So Jedediah, and Didion, I think you guys have somebody that's coming to speak. Am I correct?
Yes, sir. Speaking.
All right, so who's speaking, sorry?
Kashmir.
Ashmi and sorry, could you make them call so they can unmute themselves? Hello, Jedediah, are you guys there? Sorry, who is coming to speak? I'm not sure, you guys.
Hello, good evening, Efemina.
Hey, Kashmir, how are you? How are you doing today?
I'm doing great.
Okay, that's amazing. It's good to have you here. Okay,
Yeah,
so
good evening, potential data scientist.
go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm glad to be here to tell you a little bit of my learning journey at Tenalytic. So I got to know Tenalytic via Facebook ad. I saw the ad and jumped into one of the master classes, and then Efemena blew me off guard with his demonstrations. So I was so excited. Without hesitation, I subscribed to the program I started on August. So now I'm proud to tell you that I'm a master data scientist. So the learning journey, in fact, as I speak with you, I have two masters. So that is to say that I have 3 degrees. And in these 3 degrees, the, the, the learning structure of Tenalytic I've never experienced it in my academic journey in these 3 degrees. It was packaged in such a way that the instructors will always be checking on you, know how you are going, know if you are catching up, if you are coping with the learning journey. And then any one of us in our seat and even the previous seat, we are proud to have subscribed to this program. Even as I speak with you now, I'm doing my internship with Tenalytic. Before I jump into this call now, I'm running trend analysis for a client using Tableau. Not only that, this program is fashioned in such a way that you will certainly learn. You don't even have a choice. Hence, you are ready to learn. Hence, you are ready to learn. I will tell you for free. You will certainly learn because the way it's structured, every week you have exercise. Before you could have finished the learning journey within 3 months plus, would have had so many experiences in different industries, both in the health, in the logistic, supply and logistic, in the automobile industry, and different sectors. Even if you have zero experience before joining this program, I will tell you for free that you don't need to look for where to get experience because all the learning journey are real life situations. As I speak with you, I'm already making small change because I'm doing my freelancing with some people, some clients.
Amazing.
In terms of securing job, they will guide you like a baby and then give you some prompt. You use your ChatGPT, organize your CV that is very sellable. So I must be honest with you. Tenalytic had made me to be proud of myself today. I'm no longer thinking about what Nigeria holds because what I have is beyond my vicinity. They've even went to the point of, to the extent of sending us some job opportunities. So good number of us now are waiting for interviews. While most of us have been interviewed. So the learning structure is fashioned in such a way that if you pass through it, you must succeed. So my brothers and sisters, I must be honest with you. This is one of the best decisions I've ever taken. I
Thank you. Okay, sorry. Sorry.
All right. So,
No,
so
Kashmir, go continue. Sorry, I thought you had
all
finished.
right. So my boss asked me to take up a scholarship. See, another program. I already have 2 masters. So before I could take up any scholarship, in fact, I keep advising some of my guys who are opting for scholarships. See, before you travel to any country, make sure you have tech skill. Because if you have this tech skill, you won't go there and be doing menial job. You won't go there and be working in the warehouses. You won't go there and be looking for what to do. Even as a student, you'll be making cool money. And they don't wait till you graduate and you start looking for what to fall back on. Even before you graduate, if you must travel abroad to start to have to study more, you will have secured job. So the easiest way to make money, to live a happy life, is to journey through the path of tech. And then Tenalytic is the best route. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you very much. I really love that. Thanks a lot, Kashmir, for taking our time to speak to our people. And, Kashmir is speaking from a place of joy. Do you understand? Going through the training program. So, Kashmir, thank you. Thank you very much for coming to speak to us today. Thank you very much. All right. I
Yeah,
also
thank
have,
you so much.
yes, Kashmir. All right. So we also have Abisola, okay, coming to speak, please.
Good evening, everyone.
Yes.
Yeah. My name is Abisola, and for me, I stumbled upon Analytics actually. In September, I completed my MSc, and I started applying for jobs, but I wasn't lucky enough. So one day it just dawned on me that I had to do something different. So one day while I was on Twitter, I stumbled upon Analytics and I saw testimonies from past people that had gone for the program. So I decided to give it a try. Um, for me, the learning part, even though I had just completed MSc in data science, artificial intelligence, but one thing I found out with Analytics was the lessons were structured to give industry standard skills. Um, like the things I had been taught in Excel, I never knew anything about all of those things. So all of these things added to these classes and the session. But what particularly stood out for me was beyond the classes were the sessions, the interview prep, the LinkedIn optimization sessions, the interview sessions, because I eventually got a job at the university that I finished. But the job, you, I saw that there were some things missing in all of the past interviews that had gone. So when I got invited for the interview, I I registered for the interview prep. I did an interview prep with Oluseyi, and that week before the interview was the class we had with Mohammed, where he talked about seats, the seats stuff for interview, and all of these. What I did was what I got from Oluseyi and from Mohammed. I just um, I just put it into my own experience and for the particular job that I was interviewing for. At the interview session, actually, it was a panel of two professors and one HR person. The professor that was the head of the interview was like, "We are very excited with all of the answers you've given us." And I was like, "It's only to analytics." I got all the, because Mohammed was saying that go ahead and bamboozle them. And I was like, this is just bamboozling. As in, I was like, this is just bamboozling. Because, you know, I just was like, there had to be something different I needed to do. I can't just, people will tell me, you have to apply to like 400 jobs. I can't. I'm a mother of 4 children. I can't sit down and be applying to 100. I can't do 10 jobs a year. I seriously can't. But what the tips I got from the guys at Analytics, it really, really helped me. All of the mentorship sessions where they would tell us you can't afford to fail, you can't afford to just sit down. And it helped me, it gingered me, it gave me, so because I was at a point where I was just like, I was just tired. I can't just keep up. But I remember even in the classes, Eddie Young would be like, put yourself out there. Help if they give us any task. They would even be prompting us. Have you submitted this? Hello, data fellows. Hello, this. Hello, that. When I see all of this, I'm like, let me share. Let me help myself. Let me help my situation, because the people you paid for a program and the people you paid to are even helping you. So I find it that if you can't succeed, then that would be your own problem, really. So I want to say thank you to Tenalytics. I want to thank you guys for the work you are doing. Um, it takes a whole lot of vision, just like Toni Morrison says that she says, I tell my students, when you get these jobs that you've been brilliantly trained for, just remember that your real job is that if you are free, you need to free someone else. If you have some power, then your job is to empower somebody else. Thank you, Tenalytics. Thank you.
Amazing, amazing. Thanks a lot, Abisola. These are the things that we love to hear, to be honest. So Abisola is taking out time on a Friday. These are about to chill. And I think I like what she said. She's trying to empower other people. All right. And thanks a lot. Thanks. I love that. So thanks a lot, Abisola. Thanks a lot, Kashmir, for taking our time to speak to potential people that are looking to get into the training program. So, a lot of people are saying the price change. There's been a change. There's been a change. Honestly, it's not a huge. We're actually way below our market price before. When you look at the industry, even currently with this current price where we are still highly too affordable. All right, quite affordable. We understand the situation where some of you are. Because of region specifics and all that, but it's exchange rate when you look at it. All right, on which we cannot control exchange rates. Okay, so before we those are the things that impacted the price that you saw as of November. Okay, so what you're looking at now is a revised fee. Going into the new year, we actually want to do more. Okay, we want to do more. We want to lock up partnerships. We want to lock up so many things. And when you look at all these things, it doesn't come. We're not running an NGO. We don't have funding. Do you understand? So we need in order for us to guarantee you interviews, not one, not two, interviews with different organizations. There are quite a number of things that go into play. All right, from reviewing your CV to optimization to your sessions to getting the most experienced people to facilitate for you. There are quite a number of things that go into this program. All right, and you need to understand that these things it's not we don't have all right. So, those are the things that are going into it, okay, to get us started, to get you into that job. All right. And, when you look at this, it's an investment, okay? You're investing in yourself. Now, let's say you are in the UK or you're in Canada, you can go to any job board where you are. All right. I just did a simple search for data science, just a data science role. And you see the number of jobs that came out for data science. This is just one job board. This is not the only job board in the UK. Now you have the first one, 40 to 70,000 pounds. You have another one, this is 450 to 550 pounds per day. Meaning that if you get a job like this, the money you invested in training, that's gone. You've secured it for just 1 day pay. Or you get a job of a data scientist, 50 to 60,000 pounds. All right. On average, if you're earning about less than 50,000, your salary, your take home should be well over, it should be about 3,100, 3,200 pounds per month. Now, if you invest 500 pounds in yourself and return on investment every month, you're securing about 3,000 to 4,000, within 3,000 to 3,500 every single month. It's not a good investment. You invested 500 and you're getting 3,500 every single month. You're getting 50K per month per annum, I mean. All right, this is 60 to 70,000. This is 550 to 700, okay, per day. Data analyst / scientist. All right, data scientist 60 to 70. So when you look at this, all right, it's an investment in yourself. Most people don't understand that investment in themselves. They see investment in banks, investment in stock market, but in order for you to even, there's certain level of things that you cannot achieve if you're not earning, if your earning capacity is not there. So one thing we're trying to do is you're looking at the initial cost for you to get started, which is not even as expensive, it's not even compared to any other industry, compared to any other, services out there. All right. We are providing a unique service. Our service is different, different from what you see out there. So let me show you the classroom so you understand exactly where we are coming from. So the Google Classroom, this is where you get all your materials. So you can see we have the internship, Okay, you have another one for internship. You have one for also the classes. So let me show you the class. One of the classes, data science. Okay, data science. We have classwork. And I'm just going to go to classwork. And you see, everything is arranged in order, and you have lifetime access to these materials. All right. So now let's start with the first class. Okay, these are the guys that started in November, the last cohort for this year. All right, they started in November. So now let's start from the beginning. These guys are starting for the first time. Okay, so you see, introductory session. This is where they get you, introduce you. So before you start, you get how to navigate Google Classroom, you get your welcome kits, and so on and so forth. So you see the welcome address, welcome message, welcome to Full Stack, the welcome kit, and all that. And that's the reason why we want you to register early enough so you can get all the things you need to downloaded, installed, everything is working fine. So once 6th of January, you are ready to hit the ground running. All right. So you see introductory session, the session is recorded. You see session recording. Okay, this is one of our experts in ours, Brahima, okay, handling the session. Also, you see, you have week one, watch me do it videos. And this is where we start to talk about blended training. I am a slow learner. I am a fast learner. Everybody's learning at the same pace. Okay, and how do we do it? Let me show you some of the watch me do it videos. Okay, so this is week one, watch me do it videos. So you have introduction to data science, you have introduction to Excel for analytics, and you have data cleaning in Excel. We have data cleaning in Excel. Before I show you any of the videos, okay, I'm just going to see, I think I have comment over here, view materials. All right. So you see the comments they left on data cleaning in Excel. This is some of the Watch Me Do It videos. Insightful content, very relevant to my day-to-day work life. Thank you, Ife. So you see, these are the kind of things that you get from the videos. All right. So you see, first week, introduction to data science. This is where we start to welcome address, the learning structure, stages of learning data science, what is data, some basic history of data science, type of analytics, careers in data science, basically introducing you to data science. Okay. Then when you move from there, like I said, the first thing you learn is Excel. Okay, so overview of Excel. What is Excel? Paste special, move a copy, hiding and unhiding, free space, all the things you need to learn. Moving to data cleaning, introduction to data cleaning, different functions that you could use for data cleaning in Excel. Now, once you finish that, the live class is the next thing that you're going to get. All right, the next class is the live class, week one live class. Okay, so you see this is the drop-in session that we have during the week, okay? All right, this is a submission from the classes, this is your mentorship session, and this is data cleaning in Excel, okay? All right, then we have all the live classes recorded, okay? All the live classes are all in there. All right. So you have the live classes, you have the watch me do it videos, you have everything arranged in a certain order for you to get access to it. Okay. All right. So you see, everything is there. Everything is provided for you, from materials to videos to explanation to all the things that you need to get started. Okay, so you see, once you finish every class, you get all the session recording provided for you. Dashboarding in Excel. Okay, you see the dashboarding in Excel class. Let me show you the case study for this one. Class material. And you see this is turning e-commerce, one of the case study I spoke about earlier. So let's just take a brief look at this, okay? The problem statement, this is for an e-commerce business. Like I said, this is an actual business that has been, developed for learning purposes. So Sterling wants to better understand their customer needs, preference, and behavior. Specifically, want to identify patterns on trend. Sterling believes that leveraging the power of data can help them make informed decisions and boost effectiveness. So these are real life case studies that have been adjusted for learning purposes. So what you would do now is to create your own dashboard. Now let's see. Let's see the final dashboard. Okay. All right. I'm going to show you the final dashboard, the built-in class, so you can see exactly what you get to see. So you see Edidium is currently on the call, one of our internet experts that will be hand-holding you and guiding you through the process. All right. So these are all materials that would get you started. So you see that designing the dashboard, you'll be able to build your own dashboard. All right. Very interactive, very powerful, very concise. So I'm just going to fast forward it to see how the final result looks like. And you can see building a dashboard in Microsoft Excel, using Microsoft Excel. All right. So you'll be doing all this and more. Go to Power BI, that's Tableau, you work with SQL, you work with statistics, quite a number of extensive things that you get to work with. Okay. So, all you need to do is secure a position now is pay the first payment and you're good to go. So let me take some questions. If you have questions, you can raise up your hand and I'll take you. Let me just see. I see Abdurrahman. Abdurrahman, yes. I'm going to ask you to unmute yourself. I'll just take a few questions and yeah.
Yeah,
Abdurrahman, go ahead, please.
yeah. Good evening.
Good evening.
Sorry, what I was just confused of something. I've been joining your classes ever since May, but then the money you actually put in here was actually so, I don't know, it has changed drastically, and I was hoping I could join this January, so I was working tirelessly to make it. And then please, if you can consider the money, we are in Nigeria here, so I don't think the money is too much. I'm very, very sorry. I wish I could join
Yeah.
this January,
Uh,
but then what I'm seeing was actually, I was just even coming inside and I joined your class and I saw the money, and was another thing I was actually thinking since I've saw the price. So can you just help us, please? We are pleading. We in Nigeria. I'm not talking of those in UK, Canada, but the situation in Nigeria now is actually more than what we are thinking. So, but we wish you can please help us in that amount.
okay.
That's it. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm very, very grateful.
All right. Thank you very much for that, Abdurrahman. Thank you very much for that question. I understand where you're coming from. And I also want you to understand where we are coming from because we are doing quite a lot. Okay. Trust me, for us to put all these things together, secure these partnerships that we're going to secure and get you what you want. Okay. Literally, the key thing for you is not just to learn data science. It's not just to learn data science, not just to learn Excel, not just to learn Power BI. The whole essence for it, there's something in the learning of adults, okay? There's something we call andragogy, okay? The whole essence of you learning something as an adult is not for the fun of it. It's for you to, how can it impact your immediate life? And that's what we're trying as much as possible to see you learning something, learning data science, learning machine learning, learning statistics and all these things at this time is for you to get something significant, to get a better opportunity for yourself. That's exactly what we want to achieve. All right. And that's where we are heading towards. Okay. So all these things are what we are putting together to get you what you're looking for. All right. So I understand you and we'll see what we can do anyways. Okay. Thanks a lot for that. But I can't, anyways, if you want to secure a position, I'll say you should secure it as soon as possible. Okay. All right. Gideon, let me have you next.
Okay. I am Gideon from Ghana.
Yes. Yeah. Welcome, my brother. Yes. How are you doing
Thank
today?
you. I'm doing great. I joined this November, and then my wife also joined. She joined October, and I have to change her to the data science in November. So we are all in the same class in November.
Oh, fantastic.
Actually, my wife was a medical student at the Philippines.
Okay.
She is left with 1 year to complete in the Philippines. But when I saw this program, I have to let her defer the whole medical program to come back to Ghana so that we do this program together.
Mhm.
And since she came and we started, In fact, she has never regretted leaving that medical program. She was a dentist, a dental student, almost in her final year, but she has deferred the program to come and do this data science. And she's very happy, even though she's not completed, she's not even halfway through, but she's very happy and excited. We have spent a lot of money for her medical program. And when she was coming, we had to sell a property to register for Analytics. So I just want to encourage guys who are not seeing this thing to be so much important to take it serious. Anything that pays high is very, very expensive. In as much as I may plead for others, I'm also saying that if it will take you to go and work hard to come and pay for this program, do it. Do it because it will help you. Just a little testimony I want to give. Thank you.
Fantastic. Gideon, thank you. First of all, thank you for joining the session because this is a master class, but you still waited to the end to give a testimony. Your testimonial, that is actually fantastic. Thanks a lot, Gideon. And I'm happy you are enjoying, you are getting value. Your wife also is getting value from the training program. That's what we strive to achieve. So thanks a lot, Gideon, for coming in. Really appreciate you. Thank you very much. Okay, let me take Lakon Sofela. So you guys see, it's not easy for us to attain this level of feedback and also this level of value. All right, anything that you're getting value from, okay, it comes with a lot of work. Trust me, it comes with a lot of sleepless nights. It's everybody getting personal treatment. I don't understand something. Somebody's jumping on the call with you to explain that to you. Oh, I can't see this. Oh, I don't know this. Somebody's jumping on the call with you to explain it. So you see, you are getting, even though it's going to be like a group training, you still get that personalized, you still get that personal feeling like you're not left out, essentially. All right. So, Lakon, let me get to hear from you. Okay. Then I can take somebody else. Okay.
Yeah, thank you. A female for president.
And so,
Yeah, thank you so much for putting me on this call. Just a quick one. I don't know if the analytics have a package for people that have been on probably a program from another place before, like trying to join their practical
another
aspect
place.
of the yeah.
Okay, from another institute, like you train
Yeah,
someone else.
from another
Okay.
institute, probably you have
Yeah.
a place where you can just do a kind of review at your own side and join the practical aspect of your program that is not going to be, join the full program. The Tenalytic have something like that.
Unfortunately, no. Uh, we started that, I think that was 2 years ago, where we get people to come. No, last year, early last year. Okay, where we get people to come in from other programs to go through the internship, go through, apprenticeship program, and internship program. All right. But we noticed something that most people don't have. They were not on the level of the people that have gone through our program. Okay, they're not close to being on the level. So in terms of how you're able to communicate, how you're able to, the kind of things that you get to do essentially. So the internship is not a it's not it's an internship for you to work and we give you feedback on what to do differently. All right. So you'll be standing on your own. You'll be the one to think about it. There'll be a business problem and you'll be the one to devise a solution to the problem. All right. So what after that, so it's not going to be learning. So one thing we noticed with that was we had to start teaching during the internship. We had to start lecturing. Okay. So we had to, call that down, okay, and restricted it to just people that have gone through our program so that it's easy for us to, to get these people getting the exact value that they want to go to. But definitely we don't run that at this point in time. But I will tell you that it's something that is coming up repeatedly, and we would likely devise something around that to accommodate other people. But currently, we don't have any of that. You have to go through the program in order for you to benefit the internship. So if you're following us on our social media platform, once we get anything along that line, we will definitely send messages and post around that. All right. So currently it is limited to only people that go through the training program. All right. Thanks a lot, Lekon. I'm going to ask Olagoke. Do you want to go next? I'm asking you to mute. I just have 3 hands. After that, I'll just call it a day.
Thank you very much for this great opportunity. Can you hear me, sir?
Perfectly, Olagoke.
All right, sir. Yes, I just want to, a quick one. I want to talk about two things. Yes, and someone has already addressed the first one concerning the payment. Please, I will also plead. I will also plead. Nigeria, as the first person has said, is not really smiling now. You are just trusting God. And secondly, I am a data analyst. I use SPSS and I analyze data and I write projects like academic. I do academic research. So and I use majorly SPSS and I minor on Microsoft Excel. So and I noticed that the little difference between the SPSS and the Python you use is, SPSS is just point and click tool, but concerning Python, you have to generate code like that. And all those things, all those class that you firstly run through is what I can do on XPSS. But the different thing is just that you generate code and all that. So and I said, is there any way I can also input the knowledge of SPSS to um, to to cook something when it comes to data analytics? I don't know, maybe you understand what I've said.
All right. So you're good with SPSS and you're looking at how you can look at your knowledge in SPSS and bring it into
Yes,
Python,
sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. So SPSS is more, first of all, SPSS is more academic than professional, than industry. So it's people that are doing academic research and all that that would use SPSS. Okay. For we in the industry, we barely don't use SPSS. Okay. So your knowledge of SPSS will still come in handy, to be very honest with you. And that's because you are doing a lot of analysis and interpretation. And data science is all about analysis and interpretation. So all the statistical concepts, all right, that you're familiar with, like the normal distribution we talked about, I'm sure you're familiar with it. The
Yes, true.
p-value, okay, how to work with p-value when you're doing hypothesis and all that, and over analysis, you would
Yes.
have you should have understanding of that as a statistician. So those are the things that the knowledge of that you'll be bringing into data science. Okay. Now, the
All right.
tool itself, the tool is different, but the knowledge is what you need and interpretation in which you have already. So all you need to do is just learn the tool and you'll be fine, absolutely fine. Okay?
It's all right.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Olagoke. Appreciate the question. All right. Let me hear from Jay. Jay is the person that answered my question earlier today. I hope she's the one though. Jay, I'm gonna ask you to mute. Yes, go ahead, please.
Thanks for the opportunity. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you well, perfectly.
Hello?
Hello,
Yeah,
Jay.
can you
I
hear
can hear
me?
you well. Perfectly, yes. I'm nodding my head. Jay, I can hear you perfectly. Jay, I can hear you well. Let me take Olushola.
Can you hear me?
Who am I hearing now? Olushola or Jay?
This is Joanne. This is Joanne.
Joanne.
Hello. Yeah, this is Jay.
Oh,
Like this is Jay.
okay, Jay. Okay, go ahead. Let me take you quickly.
Okay.
Okay, yes.
Okay, so thank you for the opportunity once again. So I I actually wanted to plead us regarding the price, like the payments and all of those. So someone came up and was like, "Oh, it's too much. It's this and it's that." I would say for sure that it's not too much. I mean, we are learning quality. And from the little time I have spent with you during your teachings and all, I could say, or I will say, or I can say that this is really, really, really insightful, right? It is one thing for you to have a tutor, and it's another thing for that tutor to be really expressive, right? You just hit it like it's something that every other lame person can just go ahead to study with. So I would really appreciate that. It's not cheap, it's quality. But however, Nigerians specifically are begging for the prize. People like us, for instance, like me, that just came out from university last year, right? So I really want to do this. Do I want to pay for it? Yes. But are there mediums or strategies or systems you could create to do this? Like I suggested earlier on, maybe after you secure the job for us and all that, probably you could start maybe from our salaries or something like that. I don't know, but I'm really, really optimistic about all this. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, Joe. Okay, thank you. First of all, thanks for the comments. Thanks for the feedback. Thank you very much. Those are the kind of things that work well, putting it to ourselves, individuals, and all the facilitators to ensure that we deliver value. So people are saying, why? Why did she say that? Nah, it's something that it's value. Okay, so Joe, thanks a lot for that. We totally understand. To be honest with you, like we understand, but it's just it's just where we are at this point in time. All right, we want to do more for the people going through our training program, and in order for us to do more, you need to do a little bit more for yourself. Okay, so now the fee was £300 before. Now it's increased to £500. Okay, it's exchange rates. Okay, for the people guys in the UK and the US, will not likely feel it because they're earning in pounds and in dollars. But when you now convert it to naira, it won't make it look like it is ridiculous, the big jump. All right. So our exchange rate as of last month was 1,000. We're using 900 as a one time 270. We're using 900 when the exchange rate was already at 1213. All right. We increased it to 1,000, which was what most people are familiar with, from 900 to 1,000. As of November, we're using $1,000, 1,000 naira to £1. All right. But now you're seeing it at 1,516. Okay. So it's just now that we're looking at it. Was, if you look at what we did, we made it wasn't business wise, okay, for us to be keeping it that low. Okay. And those are the things that we're trying to do next year to see how we can get more people. All right. The key thing for us is very simple: guarantee. For anybody to be able to guarantee you a level to say that you will get interviews. All right. It's not a joke. So we are putting so much pressure on ourselves for you to say that, for us to say that we will guarantee you interviews, not any other thing. So you say we guarantee you a job, it could be a 10,000 or 15,000, 20,000. As long as you get a job, you're fine. We're looking at how we can get you jobs in the I bracket. Okay, not late. All the people that have gotten jobs are getting jobs with sponsorship, are getting jobs with, and we're seeing that, okay, do you know what? We've mastered this. We understand the market. We understand the job market. How can we get more people into this place? It's through partnership. Okay, you recruit majority of the people that have gotten you, like a very good number this year that got jobs, and even last year got jobs with the NHS, got jobs with consulting firms, got jobs with the bank. Okay, so when I look at that, okay, and also in the US, we have quite a number of people getting jobs in the US, Canada, and so on. So we want to branch out more to do more for people, and this is really where we are. And if you look at, if you can actually do a comparison, look at the market, and there's something I would try to attend master classes, just like what we did today. Attend master classes of every other person that is doing training or anything like this. All right. Look at how the value you get from the master class. That's how you know the value you get from the session itself. Okay. So trust me, guys, it's a lot of work that we put in to get this done. All right. So I understand all of you, and I hope you guys understand us also. Olushola, thanks, Jay. Anyways, Jay, I love the way you came in. Thank you very much for that. Yes, Olushola, thank you.
Thank you so much. Good evening. Shola is my name. I really appreciate your responses so far. I have two questions. First, what you have on the display now is data engineering. I would like to clarify if this is different from the full stack data, the master's full stack data scientist or data science rather. So just relating to the price, probably you are displaying the price for the data engineering and not for the data science. Then secondly, after payment, at what point do you have access to materials? Considering the fact that there are some other things on the schedule and you just want to maybe prepare before the class. And just to add this to it, yes, classes 4 p.m. Are these classes, how should I put it now? Are they live sessions or some kind of hybrid, or it's some classes you could catch up over time or later? I'm just thinking how these things are structured. Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, so that was a slight glitch in the listing. It's actually for data science. Apologies for that. So the prices are for data science. The price for data engineering is a lot different. Okay. So this is the pricing for data science. The second one question that you asked is classes are weekends, okay? Saturdays and Sundays. Let me just write it here. Okay. So we have classes on Saturday and Saturday, sorry, say Saturday and Sunday. All right. So it's weekend, okay, and we have it on Saturday, okay. So we have two classes. We have the morning class and we have the evening class, okay. So the morning class is by 11 to 2 p.m. on Saturday. This is West African time, okay, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. All right, that's the morning class. Then we have the evening class, which is if it's for 4 p.m. Okay, from 4 p.m. to what? To 7 p.m. And this is also West African time. Now, the guys in the US, the guys in the US and the guys in Canada will come into this class, the evening class. Now, this time is the same time. It is 10 a.m. okay, to 1 p.m. Okay, this is Eastern Standard Time. All right, for the guys in Europe, the guys in US and the guys in Canada. So you can pick any time that works for you. So if you like the morning class, if you're in Nigeria, you're in Africa, this is the West African time that we get to work with. In Europe, if you're in the US or Canada, you could also go for the evening session, which is going to be your morning your time, or it will be the evening for the guys in Nigeria, in UK, and across Europe also. All right, so it's weekend classes. So these ones are live classes that happens on the weekend. Now, I think you mentioned something about how can you stay ahead of the class. Okay, so this is the November cohort. Let me just show you the class. So you see before the class, okay, what makes our classes more, I think, very impactful, okay, is you get this watch me do it videos before the class, before the live class. You get the watch me do it videos before the live class. Now, what is this watch me do it videos? These are the things that you are looking for. Can we get a detailed explanation of these videos? Can we get a detailed explanation? Take, for example, I don't need to come to a live class to start telling you what is a role, what is column, what is rows and column in Excel. I don't need to come to class to teach you that in a live class. So we have like a video, a detail. You see, this is about 23 minutes that tells you all you need to know, introducing you to Excel. So this is me here, like now, all right? And you see, I'll walk you through what Excel is, what's a cell. So I don't need to come to a live class and spend 3 hours to explain this to you. So you would have done this before you get to class. Okay, you will have done this before you get to class. So you see that's the introduction to Excel, how to hide and unhide, how to freeze space, cell referencing, you move to data cleaning in Excel. So you get all these videos before the live class. All right, so you still have the drop-in sessions where you can ask questions, or I'm having challenges with this, or how do you do this? If you want to do this, I was reading an article, I don't know how to do this, and so on and so forth. So you get all those information. All right. So now you get the data cleaning live class. So you see, this came in on the 5th of November. So you have 1 week to complete all the videos here. Then you have the live class. Now let me show you the live class. The live class is real life case studies. So you see real life case studies. All right, let's take a look at one of the case studies. Okay, Oasis data solution, data cleaning case study. So now you see, as a junior data scientist at this Oasis data solution, working alongside experienced data scientists, blah blah blah, you have been required by the team lead to work on a client project. The client data set is messy with errors, missing information, and duplicates, causing analysis orders. The problem involves identify and rectifying errors. So now the things that you learned in the Watch Me Do It videos, the data cleaning that you've learned in videos, you're not using it in a real life scenario. How does it play out? How can I use this? How does this solve a problem? That's exactly and you see, you have 3 case studies to work with in this live class. All right. So, and after you finish this one, learning data cleaning, learning how to use a function in Excel is not enough. You need to be able to apply it to a business scenario. The same thing will go to, the next week, you have another Watch Me Do It video, data analytics toolkit. This is where you now start to work with data validation, referencing, aggregation, if and of, building dashboards and so on and so forth. Then you build your first dashboard in Excel. There are quite a number of things that you work with. Let's look at some of the comments here. Okay, so you have that here. Because I want to ask for those things, you can even ask questions. How did you go about the count if function while working? So you can ask questions, it's very interactive and so on. Quite a number of things that you get to learn from the training program. So once you finish this live class, once you finish the Watch Me Do It video, you have another You have another live class. So you see the dashboard in Excel live class. So this is where you now build that dashboard. So you built one in a Watch Me Do It video, all right? But you have another case study where you apply that knowledge that you learned in Watch Me Do It video. Next one again, you get Watch Me Do It videos for you to practice. You get a live class for you to implement another project. So when I say you're going to work on 6 projects, it's the barest minimum. 6 is the least number of projects you get to work on, because you work on projects in Watch Me Do It videos. You work on projects in the live classes. Every week, you're going to be working on projects. Okay, and this project, like I said, are real life examples of what you get to work with. All right, so thank you very much for that question, Ulushola. I think I've answered your question. So, let me just take the last question, which is Abdurrahim. So I think I'll take that. That was the last question I'm going to take. Abdurrahman, yes. Abdurrahim, sorry.
Yeah, good evening once again.
Good evening. Yes. How you doing? Thanks.
Yeah, I'm fine. So I've been given a chance here. So I want to ask about the price. Is this the price for everything, or is it what's it called? Is it for data engineering or data science? Can you just give us a view on it?
Okay. Thank you very much for that question. So if you click on the link provided in the chat, so my colleagues in the chat will drop the link, the mainstack.me enrolled analytics. Once you click on that link, it will take you to a page, to this web page. Once you scroll down, it will give you the full price list. Okay, all right, give you the full price list. So let's take a look at it. So for data analytics, business analysis, HR analytics, financial analytics, full stack data science, this is the price list that we have there. Okay, this is the price list. Okay, so you see it's 600, 500, and 720. Now for data engineering and cybersecurity, it is slightly more expensive. $750, £625. All right, for Scrum Master, it is $350 and £295. So this is the full list. So once you get the link that has been dropped in the chat, okay, once you click on that link, all right, it will take you to this page, and you can always, take the information as you want. Okay, all right. So yes, so does that make sense?
Please, yeah. Please, just kindly help us consider us in Nigeria and reduce the price for us. We in Nigeria, please. We wish to join this January.
Okay, no problem. That's fine.
Thank you, and we're very grateful for that. Please.
All right. Thank you, Abdurrahim.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for that. I
Yeah.
appreciate it. Yeah. All right, guys. Just so that we are all on the same page, please, guys, drop the link for people to click on. Okay, drop the link for the guys to click on. So to call it a day. So, like I said, we have a ton of testimonials, people getting jobs across the world, and it always seems impossible until it is done. Okay, some success stories. I've showed you Uluwatu said. We also have Ikmat, we have Tami, we have Ramat, we have Benga in Poland. Okay, we have in Spain testimonials. We have guys getting jobs as sales engineer in the UK, analytics engineer also in the UK. You get guys in the US, in Canada, getting jobs across the world. We have more testimonials. This is not all, though. This is just some. So we still have what? We still have what? More testimonials. You see here, more testimonials, and you see a ton of them coming in, Nigerians, Africans, Kenyans, Cameroonians, people across the world getting jobs across different regions across the world. So I'm going to make the slides available for you to be able to go back to, to view yourself and get this started. All right. So you see people posting on LinkedIn. You can go on LinkedIn, honestly, just type in Tenalytics, just type in this hashtag Tenalytics. And I'll tell you that the number of comments you see on this, the number of posts, the number of things that you see on this hashtag Analytics on LinkedIn, see all people doing work, forecasting, building models, and all that. So these are the things that you get to benefit from. So yeah, guys, this is what we're going to call joint curtain. Secure your position. Like I mentioned earlier, this discount is only available for the first 20 people. All right, this is only available for this. So if you want to join the general cohort, this is what you have to pay to secure your position for the general cohort. And I'll tell you for free that you will get the best value for your money. All right. Thank you very much, guys. And so let me just stop sharing so I can hear from you guys. So if you had a wonderful time, you know what we used to say. Okay, let me ask people to unmute themselves. Okay, you can unmute yourself now. If you had a wonderful time and somebody say, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's go.
So
Let's
please, how
go.
can we
I'm
get the
giving
prize?
special
How can we
thanks
get
to
the
Yeah,
Abdul.
benefit
yeah.
prize?
but not the price. Yeah, but
Special
not
Sir,
thanks to
please.
Abdul for speaking
Sir,
out.
Una,
please.
please, I have a
I
question,
beg
Sir,
you,
please.
now
please,
the
sir.
price go go.
No,
Now the price go go.
Sir,
Abdul, now
please,
you
the
now
prize.
you now you come with talk.
Sir, please,
I was
this thing you did today, how can we get
yeah,
the
yeah,
prize?
but
The
no
thing
the
you did
price.
today.